Why, hello, you lovely little peppercorns. My name's Noa Lee, and welcome to another retro game hopping afternoon. How y'all doing this week? Open sesame, says Fungi Arts. How you doing there, bud? Welcome to the show today. How are things? How have you been? It's been 2 weeks, which is a million years in internet time since I have streamed. Hey, what's up? Good. Hello. What's up, Live Coil? How you doing this week? Long time no see. Long time no see. I'm gonna hold on. I did like a shit ton of research this week for the Adventures of Game Criticism episode I'm working on, and I had to pick up about 35 post-it notes before I could stream because my desk was just covered in post-it notes from this week. So I think we're gonna get into some gameplay here. What are we gonna play? Not R-Type, although that is a good game. What do you guys want to start with? I'm up for whatevs. Let's get to the thing here. My Rocket Knight Adventures video actually turned into a mascot platformer video, so I had to adjust the script early last week, or actually the week before, now that I think about it. It was originally a Rocket Knight Adventures video, but then I ended up doing a quote-unquote brief history of mascot platformers to kind of set the stage for Rocket Knight Adventures, but then I realized that I was already 5,000 words into the script and I hadn't started talking about Rocket Knight Adventures, so it turned into a mascot platformer video, but it's going to be good. I should be able to finish that script in the next couple days and start working on that. So Mario Bros. 2 Japan. All right, let's do it. I like that. My obsession with guitar building videos on YouTube is kind of surprising. I've gone down that rabbit hole before. When I was in high school, I was looking into building my own bass at one point in time. I actually ended up cutting like a wooden body for it, but that was as far as I got. NES, or Famicom Disk System, rather. We want licensed writer exclusives? I don't think this is what I want, is it? We'll find out. Super The Mario Brothers. Oh yeah, this is. I see. This font is weird. I'm having a hard time reading it there. Famicom Disk System license. That's what I'm looking for. We want Super Mario Brothers 2. That's the wrong button. Super Boy Allen? Is that what that says? Oh, this is Super Load Runner. Super Boy Allen. That looks neat. Oh, it's a Chips Challenge type game. Alright, Super Mario Bros. 2. That ain't... Oh, God, this font is really fucking me up. Also, like... Oh, the chat's covering up, so you guys can't see it, but the actual, like, selection pointer for what I'm hovering on is like a hand with 2 fingers, so it's pointing at 2 different entries at once. It's really confusing. Alright, that's what we want. Thinking about getting a guitar kit. Nice. I think customizing parts will be more my thing. Yeah, I mean, and that opens the door for building your own down the road anyway, because, like, you know, good place to start is with a kit. I'm going to play with Mario, because as I said in my Super Mario Bros. 2 Japan video, Luigi sucks in this version. And I'll see if I can do the thing here. I already forgot how to do the thing. Alright, you need to be big. I fucked up. Oh well, we'll just play. Yeah, okay. Yeah, nothing wrong with starting with a kit. I mean, that's all the fun of it anyway, because that's what I should have done back in the day. What I was looking into doing that was getting a kit rather than trying to do it from scratch. I could probably do it now with my skill set. I don't know how. It probably wouldn't be like the best, you know. I don't think I could make an acoustic, because, you know, there's a lot more nuance that goes into that than making an electric guitar. That's mostly all about the hardware. You can put pickups on anything, and indeed people have, so. And yeah, building guitar pedals. I forget who it was. I knew somebody back when I was in high school who did that. I I think somebody I went to high school with that I wasn't really friends with, but we like talked about it once in a while. He built his own pedals. I forget who that was exactly. Oh, we're gonna have to do the bump and slide. Whoosh. There we go. Booba dooba dooba. We'll see if I retained any of my skills from playing this game, although that was like 2 years ago when I got the gameplay for this. So, never mind. Skills are gone. If you're expecting me to do good, you are sorely mistaken. And as I've said before, I am never been the best at 2D Mario games. Although I managed to save that pretty well there. The doobie doobie doobies and the doop boop 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 boobity doobs. Did you guys see those lead skills there? How I just casually walked over a 1 block wide gap? Yeah, bet you didn't know that trick, gamer boys and girls. I play electric guitar unplugged a lot. Sadly, the electrical outlets in my home aren't grounded, so my amp picks up radio signals, basically cutting the fun out of playing out loud. Dang, you must live in an old house, my dude. Hold on, my nose is doing that thing where it feels like it's bleeding, but it's just running weird. Oh, excuse me. I'm kind of paranoid about that because I used to have like chronic nosebleeds in my left nostril all the time, so anytime I feel like something just slightly off, I assume my nose is bleeding. Get out of the way, blooper. I didn't know that about ungrounded homes, though, that they could they could cause interference and pick up radio signals. Dang. That's insane. I can measure, but it's difficult for me to do the other mathematics required for building from scratch. Also lacking tools, sadly. Yeah, I'm decent at math, but I am extremely slow when I do math. Like, it's something that I can do, but it takes me about 3 times as long as most people that actually can do math. I went as far as Calculus 1 in college, and I was in physics briefly, so I don't remember anything offhand, but I can usually, like, look up formulas I need and then figure it out from there. And I'm fairly good at algebra, like basic algebra, so that helps, but like I said, I'm slow. Most of that comes down to I can't do mental math at all. I think it's part of my dyslexia. Like, I've never been able to do mental math. Like, if you give me, like, basic addition and subtraction, I'll be able to figure it out, but it'll take me way longer than most people. And I don't know if I have all the tools I would need to make a guitar, but I do have a fairly decent collection of power tools and such. I should have used a save state there. What was I thinking? Oh, I know what the secret here is. You gotta... I did the wrong thing, though. Gotta get the mushroom out of here. And I fucked it up again. Damn it! I'll just use save states. That's fine. Boop-be-doop. Hey, what's up, Jim? How you doing? Math. After finishing UD, I don't think I want to do more advanced math. Yeah, I kind of hit a wall at Calculus 1. I got a C+ in that class, and that kind of told me that I think I'm done going for math. That was right around the time I discovered my love of philosophy and switched majors from physics to philosophy, so... Which I think was a good route, because I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now if I had stuck with physics. I probably would be working at a university, either teaching physics or in a physics lab, and I kind of think I'd hate it, honestly. But learning philosophy has opened the door for many opportunities and the ability to self-teach myself whatever I want much better. Ah, crap. And then I hit the microphone. Surge protectors are supposed to ground electrical outlets, but for whatever reason, the decent one I bought doesn't. This goes for $20. Nice. Huh. That is interesting. Yeah, it's... I don't know, it's interesting to think how we used to, like, wire stuff back in the day. Like, it just seems so janky. Like, oh, everything's... well, and then... So here's my house. My house was built in 1987. So it's new enough that everything that was originally put into the house is grounded. But we're the third owners of the house. The people that built the house are the first owners. And the guy who built the house, he grounded everything, which he should have. But then the people that lived here between them and Ryan and I, the guy was a do-it-yourselfer, and I'm guessing the basement wasn't wired originally. So whoever wired the basement wired it up so nothing is grounded down there, which, why would you not ground that stuff if everything else in the house is grounded? So, yeah, my house is kind of a hodgepodge of electrical bullshit, and when I was remodeling my future study, which isn't done yet, used to be my D&D room, but we don't play D&D anymore, so now it's my study. I took down save state. I need to use the save state before I forget. There we go. Okay. I took down, like, we had, like, this indoor siding. Well, it was outdoor siding, but the guy put it on the inside of the house and painted it beige. It looked really bad. So I tore it down, and I'm going to put plywall on the walls and clean it up. But I found so many, like, fucked up wiring things, like 2 pieces of wire, like, just wire tied together, stuck in the wall without a junction box or anything like that, or, you know, this one wire I found just dangling in, like, the soffit that, like, went to this one outlet inside the room, and it had been, like, out and in the elements, and there was, like, you know, corrosion all over it, and it was just a major fire hazard, and I'm really glad I tore all that shit down. Save state. Hey, what's up, Colin? How you doing, buddy? Oh, it's a Mario 1.5. Indeed it is. That's what save states are for, kids. Okay. It's a me, a Mario 1.5. Uh-oh, I fucked up. I really fucked up. Save state. Math after... Oh, I already read that one. Same, I'm slow as fuck. I had to do 4 physics classes, and the last one, mechanics of fluid, got a C. After that, I never wanted to do any more math or physics ever. I don't blame you. Dang. The physics class I took in college was brutal. I went to a really small 2-year university. It was part of the University of Wisconsin system, but it was only a 2-year campus, so if you wanted a 4-year degree, you had to transfer to a 4-year school afterwards. I stopped at an associate's degree. Because I realized college wasn't for me, but my physics class, there were only 6 of us in the class, and the professor was actually in a town that was about 30 minutes away from us at another 2-year college. And so they were teaching over, like, webcam, and there was, like, an intercom system set up, then you could, like, push a button to ring in if you had a question to ask, and it just never worked very well. There was a lot of lag behind it, so, like, she'd say something, there'd be a pause, she'd wait for questions, I'd hit the button to ask a question, but by the time she saw the notification, she was already halfway through her next thought, so then she'd have to stop and backtrack, and then we had that every single day, or Monday through Thursday, I think it was like 8 a.m. to like a 10 a.m. class. And then we had physics lab for 4 hours every Friday. And it was freaking brutal schedule. In addition to having calculus that same semester, or Calc 1 that same semester, so. Yeah, I might have stuck with physics a lot longer if it wasn't for that setup, but I need to use a save state. Okay, there we go. Ayo, what's up, Paladin Matt? How are you doing? I've never been to university, but my sister is, and I hope she will be rocking this thing. I imagine it as a nightmare. With the exception of that class and a couple others, I had a great time in university. I had a terrible time in K through 12. I hated elementary school, middle, and high school. They all sucked, and I learned nothing. It kept me away from my education. And I swore I'd never take any more schooling after that experience, but then after 3 years of working, I don't know, I kind of felt like a loser for not going to college, which is stupid because college is a scam for the most part. Unfortunately, it's a scam you kind of have to put up with for certain professions, but I don't know, I kind of felt like a loser for not at least giving it an attempt, especially since I was low enough income that I basically had a free ride for college from like grants and stuff like that. Or maybe not a free ride. I had access to student loans that would pay for it, so it wasn't like I got in for free, but I wouldn't have to pay for many years. So I went and tried it, and I'm glad I did, because it was an experience. I went into it with the mindset that it was just, you know, furthering my education rather than trying to get a job, which is, at least in the United States, that's what college is mostly seen as, is a job-getting venture, and not like a self-improvement course, I guess, that you pay money for. So had I got into it with that mindset, I probably would have felt really cheated by the whole thing, but I don't know. I had a good time in college. And all I did was go to class and drive between class and my parents' house. I never actually like partied or anything like that. All the things that most people have fond memories over for college. If you're going to pay for college, I say it's worth going to a school where you can live on campus and attend classes in person. College was a great overall experience for me, lots of ups and downs, but it was a very expensive and stressful at times. High school was the worst, though. I think everybody could agree on that, except people that suck. That's like one of the quickest ways to find out if you're dealing with a shitty person is asking them if they liked high school. Because if they liked high school, they were probably like a popular kid, or they were a jock, or, you know, stereotypical jock sort of thing. And they're probably got a fat head about it. Not in every case, but, you know, the trend is there. Oh, before I forget, did anybody else play through The Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog yesterday? Because I did. It was great. What a very nice treat from Sega. What the fuck? I was holding right. Fuck you. Matt actually sent me a link to that yesterday morning, and I thought it was just an April Fool's Day joke, and then I'm like, oh shit, it's actually a real game. And so yeah, I played it yesterday. It was fun. Oh shit, is this already? Do I have to? Oh no. I was thinking already I have to do the thing where you have to walk specific paths to get to the end of the level. Okay, there we go. Jump, bitch. Oh, there we go. Yep. I have been meaning to get that game. I have yet to play The Murder of Sonic, but I am psyched to try it. Downloaded it, need to play it. Looked great. Best Sonic game in years. Honestly, if Mania didn't exist, it would be the best Sonic game in 20 years. My opinion. Yeah. I appreciate them doing something different. And that's kind of all I've ever wanted from the Sonic series is, like, you have such a great cast of, like, you know, well-known characters with different abilities and different different strengths and weaknesses to them, and you could make a lot of interesting side games with a lot of Sonic characters, but they never do it because they always focus on Sonic, and Sonic's like the most boring character in the Sonic universe. So it was kind of refreshing, without spoiling anything, you know, because I know a lot of you guys haven't played it yet, but there's a block here? Oh, I didn't know that. Guess what? I just softlocked myself. Oh, wait, no, this is the... Never mind, this is the level where you can go over the flagpole and go to the... No, this is 3-1. Damn it. Fuck that. It's the suicide pit. I'll take it. I'm not going back to level 1. I wasn't paying attention and I totally fell for it. Actually, how many lives did I have? Maybe I should... We should reset my life counter here, now that I think about it. Yep, I had a feeling. Alright. I'm pretty deep in an Elden Ring playthrough at the moment. Nice. Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog robbed an hour of my sleeping schedule, but it was awesome nonetheless. Nice. Versus, I think Murder of Sonic is also a fan game like Sonic Mania. Fucking weird. According... I don't know if that's... It seems like it's, was made in-house, actually. Well, I don't know that for sure, but it kind of... After watching the credits roll and looking at it, there were, like, some thank you messages from, like, Sega developers. So, either it was, like, made in-house by a handful of Sega employees. It definitely wasn't made by Sonic Team. But either it was made in-house by a handful of Sega employees, or a handful of Sega employees oversaw a fan game. Because, yeah, just based on some of the, like, special thanks and, you know, thank you messages that were in the credits, it just seemed like, you know, it was something that somebody... that, you know, a few people at Sega had the idea for it and convinced Sega, the Sega corporate heads, to let them make it. So I don't know if it is. It's kind of, that's actually what it seems like, is it's a combination between actual, like, Sega employees and the Sonic community, which is cool. So it's kind of half fan game, half official game, I guess. Either way, like, as far as, like, April Fool's Day bits go, that's up there. That's one of the best ones. You know, I take back some of the hate I've slung at Sega for, you know, their treatment of the Sonic franchise. Clearly some people at the company still have a care for the community and care for the brand and aren't just out to make money, so. Although, you know, the last 20 years of Sonic, Sonic hasn't really convinced me that, but clearly some people exist. Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog is still official and made by professionals. Like Mania, it's hard to call it a fan game. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't really call Mania a fan game either, because it was certainly made by fans. Let's just... Zoop. Go back to that save state there. Wait, did I actually... I don't think I did a save state after I reset my lives counter, did I? Probably not. Excuse me. Oh, apparently I did. Okay. Well, we're good then. Save states. We're just gonna be save scumming for a bit. Hope that's alright. There we go. I mean, we're not beating this game. I don't have the patience for that. I did it about 4 times in the course of making my Super Mario Bros. 2 video, and that's probably my fill for a lifetime. As much as I like this game, but I like it because it's bullshit, so... I don't think this is a spoiler because it's basically the premise of the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog, but I kind of feel like Sega might be teasing like an Amy project, because like the premise of murder of Sonic the Hedgehog is it's Amy's birthday and everybody's going out to celebrate, sort of thing. That's how the game opens. It's in the trailer essentially and in the description, so I don't think that's a spoiler. Apologies if you consider that a spoiler. But I got to thinking about it. I'm like, well, wait a minute. When did Sonic CD come out? 30 years ago, this coming November. So that means Amy's birthday is 30th birthday is this November. And they also, like, I'm not going to point out specifics because these are spoilers, but there's some little things that kind of made me think that maybe they are planning like an Amy game, which would be cool because I think that Amy would, and her Pico Pico hammer would make for like a interesting, like, honestly, I think Amy's like moveset from Sonic Adventure, minus the whole being chased by a robot the whole time because that sucked, would make for a really good 3D platformer. I've always said that. I mean, I doubt they do that, but I suppose it's possible. Hey, what's up, Reggie Wiz? How you do? What did I walk in on this time? Oh, we're talking about the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. He's dead. And we're all happy about it. Visual novels, by the way, aren't my genre, but I'm happy that I gave it a try. Yeah, I don't think there's such a bad thing as a bad genre. I mean, I'm not saying that's what you said, but I've always been of the opinion there is no such thing as a bad genre, but there are certain genres I don't gravitate towards. Visual novels are pretty low on my list. I have enjoyed many visual novels over the years, but they're definitely not something I seek out. And actually, as far as visual novels go, like, they did a bang-up job with this because they added more than just visual novel stuff, and, you know, the actual, like, story and dialogue is paramount for a visual novel, obviously, and that, you know, that aspect was quite fun. And it didn't overstay its welcome like a lot of visual novels did. Like, I played through it in about 3 hours, something like that. And I think that was the perfect length. I think if it had been any longer, it would have been overstayed its welcome, and which is how I feel like most visual novels are. But yeah, I just seeing like a different genre of game in the Sonic the Hedgehog universe is welcome in my opinion, because there's so much you can do with that universe that just hasn't been done. Sonic, long time no see, Sundar. How are you this week? It's a Super Mario Brothers 2 stream, well, at least at the moment. Yeah, there isn't a bad genre. Every genre is valid. I always try to speak mostly with preference in mind. Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, as much as I hate tower defense games, I'm sure there's good tower defense games out there. Tower defense, like, if we're talking genres, maybe this might be, oh, fuck, already. Damn it. I hate these levels so much. I think you have to go under in this one and then jump up here. Nope, that's not it. Definitely go down. And then maybe through the pipe. No, not through the pipe. Down here. And I think it's... Nope. Fuck. Maybe I do have to go up. Maybe this is the one where you have to stay on the upper path the whole time. Or maybe that's... Nope. Damn it. Okay. Pretty good, just plugging away at game. Nice. What game? Like plugging away at work game or plugging away at playing a game? Are you work gaming or game gaming? Alright, we're gonna... I already fucked it up if it's the upper path. Oh god. We'll just keep doing this. We'll just keep dying. We'll just keep saves coming, that's what we'll do. This isn't Super Mario 2 Electric Boogaloo, is it? Oh, wait, it is. Oh, yes, it is. It is Super Mario Bros. 2 Electric Boogaloo. Yeah, because otherwise, I think only, like, Bowser's Castle and World 7 and 8 have the, you have to figure out the path, right? Maybe it's just 8, actually. I don't remember. Okay, we're just gonna do this, and that's not it. And now we're dead. Oh, good old cryptic-ass NES games. You'd think I'd remember. I did this so many times when I was making that Super Mario Bros. 2 video, but... Nope, don't remember. Okay, and then maybe go... Nope, it's already reset. Okay, let's try going down. And let's stay on the lower path. Maybe I need to go all the way through here? Ah, yep, that's it. Tricky fucks. Now I gotta go up here, and I think I need to stay on the upper path. Somehow. Yep, it just reset. Damn. Okay. Middle path? Probably not. Oh, oh. Up here. And probably the upper path. Definitely not the upper path. Middle path. Hey, what's up, Romello? How you do? Yeah, plugging away at my own game. Nice. Oh, I should probably pause the game if I'm gonna read the chat. Damn. That's okay. Plugging away at my own game. I'm making something outside of work. Nice. Enjoy. If it's really that good, I'll have to check it out. A good Sonic game? Wow, a Blue Moon must have come out on Friday the 13th and all the planets aligned. See, that's the April Fool's Day joke, is that it's actually a good Sonic game. That's what I said after I finished playing it anyway. Well, no, you need to beat the game button. For this fucking thing, I do. Hell yeah. I need a beat the game button. Oh, you're talking about the save states? If the game's gonna cheat, so am I. That's my motto. I already forgot the... Oh, wait, yeah, go. Stay down. That's the math. The save states are mostly for your guys' benefit. No, at least that's what I'm gonna say. Is this the one where I have... Maybe I have to do this crap. And then go to the middle path. And then go up here. And then go to the top. Nope. Stupid frickin' son of a bitch. I hate these. I mean, Frontiers was there last year, but I never come to agreement, so sure. I haven't heard a definitive consensus on that. Seems very polarizing. It seems like every Sonic game is very polarizing. We're not going to talk about Sonic Frontiers again. We've talked about that a billion times. I'll play it when it goes on sale for like less than $20. I actually thought it was going to be interesting, but then after the game came out, I watched more gameplay of it, and now it just kind of looks bland. Which is my definition of bad. Mediocre. And then I go talking about Sonic Frontiers after I fucking said I wouldn't. Damn it! I have a problem. Can I make this jump? I don't know. No, I went through there like a billion times. Maybe I need to jump up here. It's up there. Oh, that ain't it. Stay down, maybe. And go up. Can I do that? I think I could do that. That ain't it. Damn it! Oh, maybe I just need to go through that pipe over there. Castlevania Bloodlines. It's better than Super Mario Lost World. Ooh, really? Better than Super Mario Lost World? Oh, yeah. Super Mario Lost World, I mean Lost Levels. I mean Sonic Lost World. Oh, okay. For some reason, when I read Super Mario Lost World, my brain went Mario Odyssey. Let's play Castlevania Bloodlines. I've had my fill of this. I'm going to do that. I have never played Castlevania Bloodlines, actually. So, this should be interesting. Where's Zeo Genesis at? Genesis is somewhere around here. There it is. Castlevania Bloodlines. It's a Genesis Konami game, which means they probably butchered the crap out of the difficulty, because that's what Konami did during the Sega Genesis era. So it's probably hard as fuck. Maybe we should be playing the Japanese version. Oh well. We call this video game journalism mode, or the post-Cuphead mode. Yeah. Ooh. The ancestors of the Belmont family are doomed to confront the power of the evil incarnate, Dracula. Real talk, I need to dive more into the Castlevania series in general. I have barely scratched the surface on this series. PS4 store has a spring sale right now. Red Dead Redemption 2 is only $20 and I'm tempted, but I want to play the first one again. So you want to play Red Dead Revolver on the PS2? Because that's the first one in the series, right? Yep, there we go. We're going to skip the intro. Ooh. I haven't played Red Dead Redemption. Ryan has. He didn't care for it. I don't think I would either. I don't like Rockstar games. They just... I don't know. I've never been able to get into a single Rockstar game. We'll go with John Morris. Why doesn't the game timer go by actual seconds instead of schmeckens or whatever these are? Also, at least you're not talking about NFTs again. Don't talk about them because I mentioned them. Okay, so I just read a thing on NFT. No, I'm kidding. I got nothing more to say about NFTs. So. I can answer your first question, though. Why doesn't the game timer in Super Mario Brothers run on actual seconds, but in schmeckens? Because NES games don't use a set clock like more modern games do. They use what are called game ticks, which is set however the developers want to set it. You can set your ticks to whatever. It's basically how many, times you're asking the CPU to do a process of some sort. Which is, if you ever played like a really sluggish and like choppy NES game, it was probably because the developers programmed it to have a low amount of ticks, so like it could be running at like 20 ticks a second instead of 60. But ticks aren't necessarily correlated with seconds. So the clock in Super Mario Brothers is faster than seconds because they have the game ticks set much higher than... Wow, this is already freaking hard as hell. Jesus. They have the ticks set much higher than the seconds are, so that's why the counter does that. They could have potentially fixed that by introducing some amount of lag in the timer to actually get it, but it probably just wasn't worth the trouble. And it just would have, taken more CPU power to do. We got a book. Okay. Ah, there we go. I figured I had an item here. Oh, you don't have hearts as your ammo. You have, like, gems. Interesting. Red Dead Revolver is atrocious. Shattered mechanics and broken difficulty, but Red Dead Redemption 1 is great. We should be on the PS4, PlayStation 4 network. I say most people who receive it positively have good reason. I wouldn't think that they are delusional. Sonic Forces again? Okay. Oh, maybe I have to go back. Oh, there's stairs here. I didn't see that. What is with like the first like level in a Castlevania game always like having a hallway and then immediately going to like a sewer level like this and then going back up? I want to say the original game opens like that. Super Castlevania 4 definitely opens like that. Ah, not this guy again. Aaron Turk, how you doing, bud? Long time no see. So early PC games, the time was directly correlated with the megahertz of the CPU. Yeah, you got it, man. A little later on, manufacturers added a turbo button, which actually slowed down the clock of speed of more modern processors. Otherwise, games would run crazy fast to the point where they were unplayable. Yeah, right on. I didn't know that about turbo buttons, actually, but that makes sense. Oh, yeah, Sonic. You were talking Sonic Frontiers, not Forces. Forces is hated but it's no masterpiece either and isn't good enough. Yeah, we're on the frickin' Sonic game thing again. Oh god. That's some really cool character design. I am gonna die though. Oh, of course I gotta dodge the glass. That's kind of hard to read. Well, I got plenty of ammo, so I guess I'll keep chucking this. Hey, I beat the first boss. Look at that. Or not. Freaking Nile one-shot me at like 3% HP. Nice. Yeah. I haven't really expressed this, but I kind of have been having a hard time getting back into Elden Ring after my original playthrough. I have tried 3 separate playthroughs now of different builds to get back into it, and I kind of am finding it really boring. And it makes me sad because it's very clearly a great game, and I love From Software to death, but I don't know, I am just kind of bored to tears with that game after playing through it my original time. I don't know what it is. I feel bad about that because there's so much to like about that game, but I don't know, maybe I just come to the Souls series for bosses more than I thought I did, and I kind of think all the bosses in Elden Ring suck, honestly. They're all pretty bad. Bad in the sense that they're way too frickin' easy, for one thing. I don't know. Maybe it's just like the game's so unbalanced that by the time I get to them, I'm just way too overpowered. But even in my last playthrough, I was trying to play as a glass cannon. Maybe that was the problem, but my last playthrough I tried to play as a glass cannon, and can I touch this? Is this in the background, or? I can't tell if this is in the background or not. Alright, let's try it. Okay, it's in the background. It looked like it was gonna hit me, so. Wow, who's the vampire vision in the intro? Nice. Traditional Castlevania or Metroidvania. Well, which one should I get? Do I need to get more into, or which one's better? I guess I prefer the Metroidvania style of Castlevania more. But I've only really played Symphony of the Night. I've played a small amount of Aria of Sorrow, but not much. I have definitely played more of classic Castlevania. I've played through Castlevania 1, 2, and 3, and Super Castlevania 4. And then Symphony of the Night I played through several times. A little bit of RESR, and that's it. That's all I've played for Castlevania. Okay. Okay, here's something. I kept getting thrown off because I thought the drips were the blood dripping. This game's kind of hard to tell what's in the background and what's not. As someone currently playing a glass cannon, it makes a lot of boss fights absurdly easy as long as you just don't get hit for like 30 seconds. Yeah, that was a problem I had with that one, but then other melee builds that I've done, like, you know, I tried doing a dex build, which is usually, like, in every other Souls game, the dex build is, like, the one you have to get good at, because, you know, you actually have to, I don't know, that's the most skill-based of all the builds out there is, okay, can I jump on these guys? What's going on here? No, okay. Oh, there's a wall there I can hit. Maybe we'll have some wall chicken. Or whatever the equivalent is in this game. Meat. Mutton. But yeah, I don't know. It might just be like, you know, one of those games that doesn't hold up for me on multiple playthroughs. Because maybe I just need to go like a year or two longer without playing it, because it just, I don't know. Every time I play it, it's just like, yeah, it feels like I just did this sort of thing, which is weird because I played through all the other Souls games a billion times and they don't have that feeling for me. I could play through them a million times and they never get old, but, you know, when I go through a catacombs or a cave or something in Elden Ring, it doesn't have the same level of payoff for me. It just feels like filler. It didn't in my first playthrough. My first playthrough I thought was fucking awesome, but in my second one, I just kind of feel like I don't know, checking off a list of things that need to be done. So then I run into the issue of, okay, well, I'll just ignore the caves and the, I'll ignore the caves and stuff like that, and just worry about like doing the main legacy dungeons. But then I get that feeling when I'm doing the legacy dungeons too, and when I'm fighting the bosses, is I just don't feel like there's enough of a payoff when I do stuff. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I'm at the moment, Elden Ring's kind of my least favorite in the series, which makes me sad because I genuinely think it is one of the most important games ever made. It's just in terms of its design. It's certainly my favorite open world game, but I don't know. I'm just so underwhelmed by it on repeat playthroughs. And I hate that. It makes me angry that I should like it more than I do. But it could just be the open world thing too. I mean, maybe I just don't like open world games. I mean, that might just be all it is. I can find endless enjoyment in games that let me mess around with builds, and I feel like you can... Oh, I got an orb. And I feel like you can make wildly different builds in Elden Ring, even more so than other FromSoft games. I mean, yeah, but I kind of... For me, it doesn't seem like the gameplay changes all that much. Maybe I just gotta do more builds, maybe I've just had a string of bad lucks, but I'm on my 5th attempt of playing it since my original playthrough, and I have yet to find a build that feels substantially different from what I've done, or at least in a way like... I don't know. I gotta think on it more, but yeah, something I thought I'd bring up while Matt was on the stream because, you know, he knows how much I loved that game when I first played it, so. And I know how much he loves the game, which, you know, I'm not trying to take that away from anybody, obviously. Might just not like it as an open world game. I had a similar thing happen with one of my all-time favorite games, Mirror's Edge. Well, let's be honest, Mirror's Edge 2 sucked ass. So Elden Ring's at least a great game. I just kind of feel like it's not a game I'm ever gonna enjoy on a deeper level like I do the other games in the series. Maybe you need to make dumber builds. That could be. I don't know. Maybe it's just how I play Souls games is the problem. Maybe I'm just trying to play it too much like the previous games, and maybe it's just too... I don't know why, but this section reminds me so much of Vector Man for some reason. There's a level in Vector Man that has a very similar, like, color scheme to this. Yeah. Hey, after this game, can you play that McDonald's Treasureland Adventure game next? Fuck yeah, we can. I love that game. Gonna play some McDonald's Treasureland Adventure. Woo! Was this game made at Konami before or after all the Treasure employees left? I feel like Colin would know this. I want to say this was made after all the Treasure employees left Konami. But it is amazing how, like, Konami games from this era kind of have that same Treasure vibe. They just don't go quite as hard into the weird and wacky stuff as Treasure did. Oh, I just noticed the water rising there. Let me catch up with the chat here. Talking about Vampire, did you see that Vampire Survivor won BAFTA Game of the Year over God of War and Elden Ring? No, I didn't. Is that game any good? Because I've been meaning to check it out because everybody keeps telling me what a great game that is, and it keeps winning a shit ton of awards. But every time I watch gameplay from it, it looks so incredibly awful to me. Like, I don't know. Next time it's on sale on Steam, I'm going to buy it because it's been bugging the shit out of me. It looks so bad, but apparently it's good because it keeps winning awards and people like it, but it just looks like the cheapest, most like mediocre game I've ever seen when I look at it. I hope I'm wrong, but yeah. Yep, it was made. Okay. Yeah. I was just wondering because it doesn't have like that Treasure, like, you know, weirdness, but it does have a similar vibe to it, which makes sense. You know, all the Treasure employees coming from Konami. Of course they would have a similar, you know, look to their games, at least initially. Vampire Survivors is basically an arcade game, acquired taste for sure, but dirt cheap, a little bit of exploration in it. Love Vampire Survivor. It's more of a playing over watching. Also prefer some... Well, every game's playing over watching, in my opinion. But yeah. Also prefer some of the fan versions and clones. Also, not so good for the wrist if you're playing with a mouse. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Does it play good with a controller? It looks like a game you'd want to play with a controller to me. It's like Smash TV, right? It's like a, you know, like a twin stick shooter sort of thing. It's probably more in depth than that, but that's what it looks like to me. Have you heard about the IDW Jet Set Radio comic? No, I haven't. How the hell are they gonna make a comic out of Jet Set Radio? Of all the Sega series out there to make a comic out of, that would be pretty low on my list of guesses, but alright. Maybe they're just trying to, like, draw attention... Oh, shit. Draw attention away from Bomb Rush Cyberpunk before that comes out. I do not have a controller. That's how I know it's not good for the wrist. Okay, fair enough. Also, this music that's playing right now... well, not anymore, but it sounded like a track from Light Crusader, which is a Treasure game. I wonder if Konami and Treasure shared a composer, or if they each had in-house composers and Treasure was just like, Yeah, remember how stuff sounded when we worked at Konami? Like that. That's how we want it to sound. I've always wanted to like make a video on like the history of Treasure and like their split with Konami, and because I feel like that's such an interesting moment in time when like half of your development staff just gets fed up with you and fuck you, we're gonna go start our own company. It's nothing better than that. And all those employees saw the writing on the wall like years before everybody else, like how awful of a company Konami actually is. They seem to be turning things around right now, but yeah, it was a good solid 20 years where Konami was just a garbage fucking company. Do I have I don't have an item. This would be a lot easier if I had an item. Are you even doing anything, bruh? It's like not even attacking me, he's just teleporting and being annoying. Ow, okay. You actually can get... Oh, the water. The water's the problem. Okay. I see. It's one of those battles. Gotcha. Let me get some more coffee here. Dang. I mean, it can be any franchise, I guess. The writing just has to be good, but love the art style. What are we talking about again? I forgot. Vampire Survivors? I don't think the art style is good in that, so I don't think that's what you're talking about, but maybe? Probably shared the same tools as well. I can imagine both composers coming from the same ecosystem. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of overlap, but it's interesting to see how they split, too. So, like, in the Genesis era, like, Treasure games and Konami games were pretty similar, obviously, but then Treasure and the next generation really leaned in a lot more into their wacky side of things with, like, Mischief Makers and Silhouette Mirage and stuff like that. Right, Jet Set Radio, gotcha. Jet Set Radio comic, yeah. Oh, interesting art style, I see. Nope, holy water ain't gonna help me. Oh, I kind of hate this boss. Okay, not kind of. I hate this boss. Okay, I see. You gotta stay out of his sparklies. Possibly. Oh, and I'm dead. Oh, boy. I don't like this. Do not like this. Wanted to correct my message. Oh, yeah, that's game over. Right, because it's a Konami game from that time. They only give you one continue? Jesus Christ. Oh, hey, at least they don't put me back at the beginning of the level. Let's get a save state here. Let's do the game. Turn on the game journalism button. This is one of those times when you have to. There we go. Okay, I got the timing down finally. It's one of those things where you have to like hit the attack button like microsecond after hitting the jump button in order for it to work properly. Once I figured that out, he was cake. Oh, and here's the real boss. Ow! Here's the real boss. Get the fuck out of here, Crow. Can't you see there's a dude in armor here? Go fight the dude in armor. Ow. Oh, do I have to fight Mr. Magician again? I am self-aware about my own mistakes whenever I type stuff. Don't be, I'm dyslexic. I'll probably read it wrong anyway. It's fine. Like, he's easy now, but I still hate this boss because it's one of those bosses that there's exactly one way to beat him, and the timing has to be precise, so there's like very little room for error. I hate bosses like that. I also hate these crows. Donk. Okay, okay. I think I can stand right here. Oh, there goes audio again. Yeah. I already found your secret. Stay close to him. Kick his ass. Ow. Don't get stepped on, like I just did. Bitch. I like this game. Oh god, there's another one. Can I do the same trick with this way? Nope, sure can't. They thought of that. Fun fact, the ball has a hitbox and the knight, but everything else doesn't? What ball? Oh, right, yeah. Oh, yeah, the thing I figured out? Yeah, you can't do that with the axe guy, though, clearly. Oops. I'm doing a save state after this, just so I don't have to fight this dingus again. I think I've proved to his grandmother and everybody that I can kick his ass any day of the week now, so... do a save state after the crows. These stupid fucking crows. Damn it! Alright, save state. Good night, everyone. Bye, Rajuiz. Thanks for coming out. Ow. Ow. I'm gonna have a lot of health left for the axe guy. It's gonna be great. James Obsidian? What? Oh, I shouldn't have looked away. I thought I was in a safe spot. All this talk about how a lot of video game companies are horrible. Is there a video game studio that's good? Oh, From Software. It is amazing. In every regard. Which is why it makes me sad that I don't like Elden Ring more as much as I feel I should. Because they are genuinely, like, the nicest people, one of the most ethical companies, and they make, like, the best games. By the way, when I was talking about how I'm not digging on Elden Ring all that much, that's relative to the entire Souls series. It's still, by far, one of the best games I've ever played, and one of my favorite games, but I'm specifically talking in regards to the rest of the series. I'm kind of underwhelmed by it, but in comparison to every other game on the market, it's the greatest thing ever, if that makes sense. Ah, damn it. Game journalism button. Use it. Yeah, what are some other good companies? Amanita Design. They are I want to say a Romanian company? From that part of the world. Pretty sure they're Romanian. Amanita Design makes really awesome point-and-click adventure games, best known for the Samaros series or Machinarium. A lot of great human beings there that sell their games in an ethical manner and are very artistic. That is really hard to dodge. Definitely not as big as From Software by any means, but most of the AAA companies, though, suck. I like Bungie. Bungie's a pretty good company. I don't like any of their games post like Halo 2, but I respect the hell out of what they do. Jesus Christ, that's hard to dodge. Obsidian is a good studio. Yeah. I don't know, there's some shady shit going on with the Outer Worlds, though. I forget exactly what it was, but there was like talks of them mistreating their employees and stuff like that. Obsidian might be on the cusp of not being a good company anymore, but certainly historically they have been. Oh, this looks bad. I need to go faster. No, I was literally just typing Bungie. I had a feeling you would be. As soon as I said Bungie, I'm like, oh, I bet Matt was thinking that. I must have got squished by a raft there. I got a lot farther in this game than I thought I was going to get, so... Hey, there we go. Another check. Yeah, checked up. I knew it was from, like, that part of the world. Thank you for correcting me on that. Yeah, Amanita, they're check. But yeah, Bungie's good. Obsidian was good, possibly still is, but I know there was some shady stuff going around with the Outer Worlds, but I haven't looked into that too much, so I can't speak on that anymore. I gotta think of some other game companies that I think are still good. This has nothing to do with video games, but what's your opinion about tone wood when it comes to electrical guitars and the bass? I have no idea. That's my opinion, is when it comes to like like your tone wood and like what you're using, my opinion would be with an electrical guitar, it probably doesn't matter, but with an acoustic guitar, it's everything. But I couldn't tell you what's a good tone wood and what's not, or any of that stuff. That's my opinion. I have no idea what I'm talking about in that regard. Well, it doesn't matter. A company is like a car. It depends on who's driving it. I mean, if a car runs over a child, do you blame the car or the driver? I don't know. Is it a self-driving car? Because that opens up a whole lot of ethical dilemmas. What are we playing? I forgot what we were playing already. Oh, yeah, McDonald's Treasure Land Adventure. Yeah. Yeah. Might actually be able to beat that one. It's pretty short. McDonald's Treasure Land Adventure. Quite possibly the best licensed video game of all time. I feel like I'm forgetting one, but it's a really good game. With you don't know the first thing about the nuances of wood and guitars or basses. Yeah, I haven't got a clue. I know that the guitar I was trying to make in high school was made out of thick plywood, because I remember reading something. I do have this like recollection of reading some articles about how the wood doesn't really matter with electric guitars. But that could have been a bullshit article for all I know that I've just ingrained in my head. So, yep. Sorry, can't help you there, Funky Buddy. Can we play Crash 2? Yeah, well, let's play some Crash 2. Don't forget about Sneak King. Oh yeah, I don't have Sneak King on here. That's a 360 game, right? Let me write down Crash 2 here so I don't forget. Crash 2, which I played like once in my entire life. He found a small piece of paper under a big tree. Who owns the self-driving car? Ooh, there's a question. Yeah, if Tesla makes a self-driving car and it runs over a child, is Elon Musk responsible? Probably. Mostly just by virtue of the fact that I fucking hate Elon Musk, so I'll indict him in anything. But you're right. You're absolutely right, Romello. It depends on who's driving the company, which is probably why Nintendo sucks since Satoru Iwata died. Although he was responsible for the Wii, and I don't like the Wii. But at least it was a prosperous time for Nintendo. And they didn't seem quite as greedy back then. Oh, I don't like that. My controls are all fucked up. Hold on. We gotta fix that. I'm just saying from experience, they've treated our team really well over at Obsidian. Josh is a really good leader. Nice. Yeah, and like I said, I just heard there was some funky stuff going on with the release of the Outer Worlds. And I did specifically something about mistreatment of employees, but that could have just been some disgruntled employees making a big deal, out of something. That's always a possibility. So I can't really speak too much on the Obsidian thing. I've just heard some stuff. That's all I was trying to say. Okay, A shot. I want A shot, B jump, C scarf. Yes, I think that's right. My boss owns a Tesla, and they make the owner of the car sign a doc that says you are responsible if you are not aware while the car itself is driving. Yeah, that sounds about right. I read a thing yesterday, or watched a video yesterday. Apparently if you make a... That is really loud and I can't hear myself talk. Apparently if you make like a hot rod, and you need to go like get it tested before it's like road legal. And so you have to take it to the DMV, and they look all over it and make sure that it's, you know, a car. But the guy in the video said they don't check any of the safety features on hot rods when they determine if they're road legal or not. So they don't check the headlights, they don't check the seat belt, they don't check airbags or anything like that. And the guy asked why that is. Like, wouldn't they want to? Oop, that's right. I gotta hold the scarf button. Wouldn't they want to check over the safety features? And the guy at the DMV basically told him no, because then we're responsible if you get into an accident because of a lack of features. Which seems so bizarre that, like, you know, a government institution that's like trying to determine if this hot rod is legal or not would not care about safety stuff just because they don't want to take responsibility if shit gets fucked up. I find that interesting. So yeah, it's probably the same exact case with Tesla. Like, they just, yeah, fuck you. We don't care. It's your fault. Which, I mean, makes sense because, you know, in their case, like, you know, they have like the what do they call it? It's not autopilot, but the autopilot feature, because I can't remember what they actually call it. Which makes sense. Like, if you crash during that, like, it shouldn't be the manufacturer's fault for you using the technology improperly. But that is funny that they make you sign a waiver revoking your right to sue them for that. Because, I mean, I'm sure people have tried. Well, I thought it had autopilot. What do you mean I can't take a nap going 85 down the freeway? I had Chipotle for lunch and my tummy hurt. I needed a nappy wappy. Sorry I was gone. Just wanted to know if you have an opinion on it. For myself, I think the tone wood for electric is nonsense. 1 out of 2. Half time. Doop. I wanted to work at this local guitar store I used to frequent, but I just don't have enough prerequisite knowledge. I saw a video where someone put strings between 2 tables, and it sounded the same as his other guitar. Oh, nice. And that was just air. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, like I was saying, I'm sure it makes a difference for acoustic guitars, but I don't think it would matter for an electric guitar. Yeah, this game's gorgeous. It's Treasure's not first game, but also still kind of their first game. They made Gunstar Heroes first, but this was released first. So, which game was their first game? I would say Gunstar Heroes, but... Would you like a mix something? Forget what all the stuff does. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, no. Ah, 1-up. We need a 1-up. Oops, not enough golds. Not enough golds? Not enough golds! Where is my golds? Oh, okay. How many golds is that? 5,000 golds. Continue. Magic power-up. Oh, yeah, we want that. Probably want some yellow flowers and stuff, too. Okay. 3D platforms in a 2D platformer. Oh, boy, the future's looking bright. Indeed. Go to McDonald's. I love how this game has absolutely nothing to do with McDonald's other than having McDonald's characters in it. That's the best way to do licensed games, in my opinion. Completely different universe using, well, already established characters. Actually, strings and a pick also can. Steve Albany of the band Big Black got a harsh metallic sound by using a double metal pick. That's a great band, by the way. I have never heard of them. I have heard of jumping on this frog right here and collecting some more golds. Need to collect all them golds. Oop, oop, oop. Boing. And it's a not Furby. Oop, I fucked up. I fucked up. Hey, can I go down there? Ah, current is strong. Nope, can't go down there, but the frog can. That's real fair. Thank you, treasure. Ah, we got some more sparkly bits up there. I wish Treasure would make a game again. Probably never happened. I think I talked about this on a different stream, but they're like dead, but still technically alive. They're in like a weird place where like a lot of Japanese game companies end up as they still exist on a technical level and they still pay taxes as a company, but they don't have like any employees and they don't make games anymore. It's really fucking bizarre. Big Black are sort of noise/industrial rock, very ugly music, but in a good way. They also use a drum machine instead of a drummer, adding their unique sound. Okay, half of that sounded like it would appeal to me. I'm not big on noise and industrial rock, but the very ugly music and drum machine sound, that I could probably get behind, because that sounds like some early Ween to me. Also, the music in this game is fucking great. Just gonna say that. I might have to check out this Big Black. Like I said, I'm not usually big into industrial music. Industrial is like 9 Inch Nails, right? Make sure I'm thinking of the right genre here. Because I know I don't like 9 Inch Nails. When do you guys change strings? Well, bass strings last a lot longer, so I've only changed strings on my old bass probably once in like 10 years. But there's also a different reason for that. There's a long storied tradition in reggae and punk and jazz funk of not changing your strings ever. The older the bass strings are, the more sought after they are. Like, reggae artists, for example, will use strings that are like 30, 40, 50 years old on their bass. And if the string breaks, they'll like meticulously like rewind it and solder it back together so they don't lose that sound, which is kind of why reggae bass has such a unique sound to it, because they're using just absolutely mutilated, old as fuck strings that are like I said, like 30 years past their prime. I probably don't play enough to where I need to change my strings all that often, but I know on electric guitar and especially acoustic guitar, which is much more susceptible to like humidity and temperature, so the strings tend to wear out faster from what I've read. Shit, I hit the wrong button. I know that you need to change those a lot more, but honestly, if they still feel good to play and they still sound good, I'm gonna keep using them. Like, I don't know. I don't think it's quite like a car where you have to, like, you know, change the oil after so many miles. Welcome. Oh, it's the Hamburglar. Am I ever glad to see you? What's that you say? Oh, you want 2 of my magic jewels? Oh, yeah, Ronald. He wants your magic jewels. Why is the text box slowly floating to the top of the screen? Did you guys see that? Oh, now it's going down. Okay. That's an effect. Got it. What's that? You say you'll give me a hint for the jewels? Really? All he wants is 2 of your magic jewels. You can have 2 of my magic jewels. The enemy bosses will try to steal my magic jewels. Arr, they're always after me, Lucky Charms. Most people say after 3 months. Really? Wow. After the stream, look up the song Kerosene. Alright, will do. I should check out that band. They sound great. And yes, 9 Inch Nails is industrial. Okay, gotcha. Some of Nin is industrial, like Downward Spiral. Warmed up to them a lot over the years, but understand why some people wouldn't like them. I rarely change my strings, maybe twice a year. Yeah, you guys change your strings a lot. Like I said, I've changed my bass strings probably like twice on my old bass, and my current modern basses, I put different strings on it. I don't know what it had on it originally, but I put D'Addario strings on, like flat wounds, because I like flat wounds. They feel so good on the fingers. They don't have quite that beefy bass sound that a lot of people go for, but it's a nice trade-off for playability in my opinion. And also you don't get like that raspy noise through your amplifier when you're like you do when you use coil wounds. I've always wanted to try tape wounds too, which are they're actually like synthetic material, so you can kind of get like that beefy bass sound, but still have like the silky smooth feel of flat wounds. Those I've heard don't last very long though, so that was one of the reasons I didn't go for. I always hit the wrong button when I go to buy something at the shop. I hear those wear out really quickly, which is one of the reasons I stayed away from them, because I don't like changing strings. But again, completely different world when it comes to bass. That shit lasts a lot longer. This licensed game for unhealthy food product is better than it has a right to be. Right? This is like objectively one of the best games on the Sega Genesis. It's ridiculous how good this game is. Ooh, boss time. Is this a tomato guy? Yes. Ow. Oh yeah, I think you gotta let him eat a gem and then you can attack him. Is that how that goes? Yeah. Here, have a gem. Kind of an interesting gimmick. You have to let him, like, eat some of your health and then you can attack him. Pretty neat. This licensed game for unhealthy food. Are any of you guys, like, besides me and, like, Sundar and maybe Live Coil, old enough to remember the McDonald's cartoons they used to give away on VHS tape at stores? I love how Ronald's talking here. It's like, whoa! They were made by the same people that made the Rugrats. I forget what the name of it, but it was like McDonald Land Adventures or something like that. It was actually a really good cartoon show. I can't change my strings myself. I just can't get a feel for it. It costs too much to get them changed at stores, though. Like $20. $20. Shit, bass strings cost way more than $20. I'm thinking a fair price would be $5 to $10. I haven't changed mine since last year, but I kind of need to get on that fretboard, and I also gotta disassemble my guitar because I'm using a guitar that was used before I owned it. Nice. No, sadly not, no, but I watched an entire video about the story of McDonald's Lad. Nice. That's close enough. I loved those cartoons when I was a kid. You'd go to McDonald's and get some freaking Happy Meals and stuff, really unhealthy food. And then go home and, oh, hey, look at that. We got a new VHS tape with, you know, a couple episodes of this McDonald's short. I don't think they ever played it on TV. I think you could only buy it at McDonald's on VHS tape, but it was, like, really good. I know. McDonald's' marketing in the 90s absolutely did its job because I have such massive nostalgia for all things McDonald's. You know, from their toys and, you know, their cartoons, like I said. I didn't play this as a kid, although I think I rented this once as a kid, but I didn't play it regularly as a kid. So I don't have nostalgia for this game, but I do quite like this game. Or like going to like the play place at McDonald's, like, talk about indoctrinating children into eating crappy food at a young age. But it worked. God damn it, I always hit the wrong button. For some reason, it's C. Oh, time for a certified seltzer moment here. What's up, dummy? How you doing? Play Rayman Legends, please. I don't have that, actually, on my Steam Deck. It's too new. It's too new, my friend. I suppose I could have it on Steam, but I actually have a copy of that game on something. I don't actually remember what game system I have that on. We could play the original Rayman. A fan favorite. I remember those cartoons. Did you know those were meant to be on TV, but due to parent groups and children broadcast companies, would be mad at them that they did. Yeah, makes sense based on some of the research I've been doing recently. I hit the wrong button again. I want to buy some flowers. Oh, can't carry any more magic power up. We are maxed out on everything. Nice. That $20 doesn't count towards the cost of new strings, by the way. It's the strings plus $20. Oh, gotcha. I see. Guy stole my strap at Guitar Center one time? What the fuck? That's a terrible chain? Really? I don't know. I've always had a good experience when I went to Guitar Center, but I haven't gone very often, so. Remember that movie Super Size Me? Yeah, I have mixed feelings about that movie. It's basically propaganda, and apparently a lot of people that worked on that movie have since come out and said that a lot of the findings and the information they presented was misconstrued just to, I mean, big surprise, a documentary misconstruing the actual story to fit their narrative, but basically there was a lot of shady shit going on with that Super Size Me thing. Not saying that you should all go eat McDonald's. It's full of vegetable oil, which I think is the biggest problem, but of course nobody talks about that. Vegetable oil is Satan, in my opinion. I am on a never-ending crusade against vegetable oil. Don't eat it. It's bad for you. You shouldn't eat carbs very often either, but at least they're manageable by the human body, unlike vegetable oil. That documentary is outdated because it had Jared from Subway in it. Aged like a fine wine, that documentary. Oh, I need to get this golds down here. There's some golds. Some more golds for me. I always pay 5 to 10 euros for my strings, so I don't know. Yeah, bass strings are like $30 to $40. I wonder if they charge more for, oh shit, I forgot that they could reach through. What does a circus train have to do with McDonald's? I don't know. Do I care? Not at all. 2,000 golds to play a game? Alright. Oh, it's shitty Tetris. Actually, it's sort of Tetris, sort of columns. I forgot about this minigame. I don't like this minigame. I hate falling block puzzle games. I do not remember the McDonald's cartoons, no. Dodged a bullet. People who made Rugrats are Class Geek Scoopso. Class Geek Scoopso, yes. I knew that, I figured it was easier to say, people who made Rugrats. Let's rotate that McDonald's logo in there. This is... I'm just gonna bounce out of here. I'm so bored by this. Let's just do this. Yeah. There we go. I'm getting some stuff while I'm trying to lose so I can leave. No. Okay, I learned my lesson. Don't play that. I'll eat at McDonald's if nothing else is around. Otherwise, you can go to the next pizzeria or somewhere else. That's fair. Now I don't eat out, like, at all, because there's, like, nowhere to eat that doesn't have vegetable oil in it. So... Whee! Ow! That hurt. In Super Size Me 2, Morgan reflects on the first doc and makes his own chicken restaurant. Very boring movie. Nice. Didn't that guy have a TV show that was like the same premise, but it was like really low budget, so nobody cared about it? Forget what that was called. Ah! Oh, a cramp in my neck suddenly. Gotta collect them flowers, yo. I don't need a gem. Oh, hey, there's Birdie! Help me, Ronald. I've been kidnapped by a wicked circus owner. I could break the lock on this pen if only I had some magic jewels. Would you give me some of your magic jewels? You know that's like my health, right? Wow, thanks, Ronald. Now I can go back home. Okay. Bye, Birdie. Bro, the McDonald's train had bears because of their new burger. What? Does McDonald's have a new burger I'm not aware of? They have bear burgers? That would be kind of dope. McDonald's has had some weird shit on their menus over the years. Like, Mc Hot Dog, the McPizza. Actually, I want to say some place in the United States still has McPizza. Oh, God. Oh, right. That's Swan Lake. What do ballerina girls and Swan Lake have to do with, with McDonald's? I don't know. Do I care? No. Nope, I jumped too soon. Good thing I had balloons. Don't forget the McLobster. Oh, seriously? That was a thing? I didn't know about that one. The McLobster. I fucked up again. Just grab them golds. So freaking weird. Hey, what's up, Tanisha? How you doing? Swan Lake combined with McDonald's gave me rectal cancer. Did you know they had mixed spaghetti and McLobster? Okay, I didn't know about either one of those. No. Mixed spaghetti. That sounds horrible. Now we're on a snow train. Ooh. And salad in a cup. I remember the salad in a cup. I forgot what it was called. The mixed salad cup, probably. Freezing your stash off out here, mister. Get the Mick ass out of here. Indeed. Oh god. Salad in a cup. Oh, thanks, Birdie. If I didn't save Birdie, what happens there? I don't remember. Be more careful. Good luck, Ronald. Okay. Goal! I'm not that bothered by salad in a cup, honestly. Like, I could eat almost any food in a bowl. It's a cup, but a cylindrical bowl. You tell me. That's true. What do sumo wrestlers and cars with feet have to do with McDonald's? I don't know. Do I care? No. I wonder if Treasure was making a different game. It feels like they were making a different game, and then at the last minute it became a McDonald's game, right? This feels a lot closer to like Dynamite Heady, or what Dynamite Heady would become later on. Jesus Christ, you're a freaking magic sponge. Can you even die? Bro, do you even die? Mixed spaghetti sounds awful. I had Chef Boyardee spaghetti once and literally tasted like vomit to me. Oh my god, yes. Chef Boyardee everything is disgusting. I'm sure that would be much the same, yeah. So the level designers for this game were probably high when making them, right? I think Treasure employees are high by default all the time. I think I made that joke in my Gunstar Heroes video. Welcome to Treasure, where drugs are mandatory during office hours, I think is what I said. Yeah, it makes for some interesting games, that's for sure. Some pretty good games. I mean, Treasure's got... Ah, Jesus, that's so weird. Like, not all of Treasure's games are winners, but they're all interesting. I can't really think of any bad Treasure games. Some aren't very good, but they're all very interesting. What does a weird alien thing flying through the sky have to do with McDonald's? I don't know. Do I care? No. Or at least the art team was. I think everybody at Treasure was high on something. Here, eat my gem. So what I want to know is if, like, every boss you fight, you have to let them eat your gems. You have to let them eat you, basically, before you can attack them. So is that like a commentary on McDonald's as a company? Like, do you eat McDonald's, or does McDonald's eat you? Treasure was asking the big boy questions. And now he's like a cutesy little goblin dude. Did you know that Wendy's had the T-Rex burger? It was a burger with 9 burger patties and 9 pieces of cheese, and it was a secret menu item until the internet knew about it, and you can guess. Yes, I am aware of this. That's something I would eat now, because I'm on a mostly carnivore diet. Like, the one restaurant I can eat at in town here is Culver's, which is a Midwest fast food chain. So I don't blame you if you haven't heard of it. But all I can have, their entire menu, everything has vegetable oil in it, or it's loaded with carbs, but it's mostly vegetable oil. So all I can have is burger patties and cheese sauce when we go to Culver's. So yeah. So I would love a T-Rex burger from Wendy's, but then I just take the bun off. Oh, I skipped the story. Hope you don't care. We're like halfway through this game or more already. Actually, this might be the last like real level, right? We're pretty close to done with this game. I want to say there's a few levels in this, a few sections to this level, and then there's a boss, and then it goes straight to where the final boss is at. I might be forgetting a level. That cloud is not happy that I am going along for the ride. Ever heard of the PS2 Skittles game that's barely mentions Skittles? Yes. What the fuck is the name of that game? I know exactly what game you're talking about. Yeah, and it has nothing to do with Skittles, but it does. I forgot what that's called. Damn it. I died. It's like Darkened Skies or something like that? What the hell is the name of that game? Damn, I can't platform on cloud suddenly. Can we end it soon? Can we end it? Can we end McDonald's? Can we end McDonald's Treasureland Adventure? Is that what you're asking? For some reason, my brain keeps going, we can swim in water. And I keep jumping down there thinking this is like Mario or some shit. It's not, and we can't. But I keep trying, huh? Darkened Sky, thank you. What a weird game. Yeah, and there's like nothing on the... Damn it! There's like nothing on the packaging or in the advertising for that game that indicates it has anything to do with Skittles. Until like the opening cutscene where like some old man tells the protagonist about like, oh, it's a magic thing, it's called a Skittle. Yes, I'm gonna get that and we're gonna play it next week because that sounds great. I've never played that game before. Fucking Darkened Sky. Maybe it's good. Is it good? I don't actually know. It could be like this game, like a licensed game that has nothing to do with the licensed property, other than a name only, but then it's fantastic. We can't make swim here! We gotta put that game in the licensed game roulette. Yeah, I wanna do that. I gotta do a setup for a licensed game roulette sometime. For me, it was the acidity of it that was so bad. The only particular acid I know tastes that way to me is butyric acid in Hershey's chocolate, but it couldn't have. It could have been something else too. Do you not like Hershey's chocolate because of that? Darkened Sky with art from Camilla D'Erico. I don't know who that is. And when you get that game, can you play or get and play the M&M's Shell Shock game? I will write it down. M&M's Shell Shock. I saw a weird flavor of M&M's at the grocery store this morning. It was like something cold brew M&M's. It was like a coffee flavored thing. Forgot what it was. Shell Shocked M&M's. And Darkened Sky. Sky. Is that like a play out? So is Sky like the name of the character spelled like S-K-Y-E? And so it's like Darkened Sky, the main character, whose name sounds like the sky but isn't. Ow. Waves hurt. Penguins? What is this, Parodius? Oh. Damn. Come on, I want those balloons because I'm probably gonna die again. At least this game has, as a McDonald's mascot, Darkened Sky has basically nothing to do with Skittles. Exactly. I should stop the McForking jokes. Nah. I don't like those penguins. They keep hitting me and stealing my gems. Oh, they're like friendly at first. Oh, okay. They're just hitting me because... What's up? What's up, dude? Wahahaha. I like how he laughs like a little girl. And then runs off like a little bitch. Hershey's chocolate has the aftertaste of vomit to me, so no, I don't like it. I looked it up a while ago, and it's a pretty common association for people to make with butyric acid. Huh. I never heard of that. I always liked Hershey's chocolate. Not anymore, because it's full of vegetable oil. Oh no, I was thinking of another game. No. It's okay, I didn't know who you were talking about anyway, so it's fine. Ah, finally, a shop. No! Give me a real shop next time, not the frickin' falling block puzzle bullshit. I don't understand how the falling block puzzle genre is as popular as it is, mostly in Japan. And mostly in the 90s. I just that's a genre I don't understand. I don't think definitely there's games I like in that genre. Not many, but Tetris and Columns are like it, and oh, I guess I like Dr. Mario. Oh shit. Gotta get them golds. Why don't they have that big lip pirate character in Captain Crook from the commercials? Is that a McDonald's character? Oh, why don't they have that big lip pirate character, Captain Crook from the commercials? Is that a McDonald's character, Captain Crook? I don't remember that one. There we go. Oh, we got some cannonballs coming out of what appears to be a woman's breast with a beak on it. That's horrifying. That's horrifying. Oh, no, that's unfortunate. Oh, hey, it's Donald McDonald. Yeah, that's what he's called in Japan, right? Donald McDonald. Oh no, I'm gonna get... Nope. I thought I was gonna get hit by the breasted beak. Oh shit. I don't know if I missed an explanation, but why don't you like vegetable oil? Oh, okay. I don't know if I ever went into this, but it's about the worst possible thing for you to eat. The human body can't absorb it and can't actually utilize it. So it kind of just sits in your body and accumulates. And new research is coming out for it that's long been suspected. And actually there's research dating back to the 80s that shows that it's about the #1 cause of, cancer and rise of diabetes and heart disease and a whole bunch of bad Alzheimer's, whole bunch of bad stuff. And because it's just, well, there's two reasons I don't like it. One, it's insanely unhealthy for you. It builds up in the body. It's bad for you. It was made to combat the whole heart disease thing because of a bunch of bullshit studies in the 1950s about saturated fats, i.e. animal fats, causing high cholesterol, which causes heart disease, which has been disproven time and time and time again but people still throw that around and still believe it. And vegetable oil has kind of in everything and replaced everything, and so that's one reason, because it's insanely unhealthy for people, and I firmly believe it's like the #1 cause, at least here in America. It's not as bad in other countries because it's not in fucking everything like it is in America. In other countries, because other countries are smarter than us when it comes to health. But that's one reason. The other reason is its energy consumption. It takes so much energy to actually like harvest, like, you know, like canola oil, for example, is made from rapeseed. There's a reason they call it canola oil, because it used to be called rapeseed oil, but you can't sell rapeseed on the market. But you have to, in order to make like an entire shipment, like one shipment of canola oil, you have to have like several hundred acres of rapeseed, and then you have to use just a shit ton of energy to actually crush it and use it up. So it's bad for the environment by virtue of using a shit ton of energy, and it's bad for humans by virtue of contributing to all of the major diseases of society, or of civilization rather. But it's insanely cheap to produce, and it makes companies like McDonald's and pretty much any processed food, makes those companies insanely rich because it's way, way cheaper than animal fats, which are actually healthy for you. And there's a whole bunch of propaganda around animal fats and cholesterol-rich foods being bad for you, which again has been disproven a million times, but people still believe it. So yeah, that's why I hate vegetable oil. I feel like it's, I don't know, I feel like it's almost the equivalent of like eating motor oil. Really, it's so. And if you ever watch like how it's produced, they actually like, in order to like make it edible, because when you, okay, here's another thing. The stuff is basically rancid the second it hits oxygen. So in order to make it edible, quote unquote, so people don't notice how awful it is because it actually tastes like death, they bleach it and put it through a whole bunch of different solvents. So that you eat that, and you know, you can't tell that it's bad for you because it tastes fine, because they've bleached the crap out of it, but it's basically you're eating rancid food every time you consume vegetable oil, because it's not stable at all. Oh, there's horrifying grimace. Jesus. Duh, gee, Ronald, I'm so tired, I can barely move. Yeah. You guys are aware that the McDonald's land stripped or changed characters throughout the course of Mickey history because of legal issues. I didn't know that, yeah. And speaking of things you can't inject, milk. You can't inject milk? I mean, you could. I wouldn't recommend it. But... Oh, wow. Didn't know any of that. How troubling. Yeah, it's pretty horrifying. I mean, I've known for years that it's not the best thing for you, but it's only been like the last like 6 months or so that I realized just how bad vegetable oil is. There's a lot of great videos on YouTube about it that go way more in depth, but there's the concept of like free radicals, which are, I don't know if you ever heard of those. It's basically like a free radical is basically like you eat something, or you breathe something, and like an electron falls off of the molecule because it's unstable. So you have this like free-floating electron just like bouncing around your circulatory system, and every time it comes into and that electron wants to bond with something. So it'll try to bond with like your cells. Well, then it throws off the cell wall membrane and leads to premature death of your cells. And vegetable oil is basically nothing but free radicals. It's all free radicals. So every time you consume it, you're just like loading up all these free radicals that are just bouncing around and just destroying your DNA. The free radicals are particularly bad for your mitochondria, which is the powerhouse of the cell. Particularly bad for those, so that your cells die, and that's what leads to like cancer and heart disease and all that stuff. So yeah, great stuff. Highly recommend looking into that if you care about your health, which you should. The downside though, or the problem is, here in America, it's really bad. It's insanely difficult to get away from vegetable oils, because like I said, it's in everything. Oh, thank God this is a shop and not a game again. Boop, boop, boop. Corn syrup is also terrible and in so much American food because of massively outdated corn subsidies. Oh, yeah, and the sugar lobby. Don't even get me started on the sugar lobby. But I'm going to get started on the sugar lobby. So the reason that corn syrup is in everything, and is one, because of the corn subsidies, but the reason sugar in general is in everything is because I forget when it was exactly. It was either the 40s or the 50s. The United States made a contract with the sugar industry, basically, so that the U.S. government, I think this had some, it might have been in the 40s. I think it was part of the war effort. But they basically made a pact with the sugar lobby, or the sugar industry, to buy any unsold sugar that the sugar industry couldn't sell. So say the sugar industry produced 10,000 tons of sugar, and they could only sell 9,000 of that. By law, the U.S. government is required to buy that remaining 1,000 tons of sugar for that year. And this was 60-some years ago, or actually 80 years ago. And the law hasn't changed. So the sugar industry is basically incentivized to produce as much sugar as they possibly can and throw it in everything. And if they can't sell it, it doesn't matter, because the U.S. government will buy it off of taxpayer dollars because they're legally required to, because we've never changed the law. And the U.S. government has a massive stockpile of unsold, unused sugar that they practically give away to companies like Frito-Lay and PepsiCo and Coca-Cola for free because they can't do anything with it. Which, further increases the amount of sugar that's being produced, because why would Coca-Cola go to the sugar industry to buy sugar when they can get a shit ton of it for free from the U.S. government, because the U.S. government needs to get rid of it? Right? How fucked up is that? Who the heck named it rapeseed? Jeez, yeah, I know. Oh yeah, rapeseed oil is the #1 agricultural product here in Slovakia. Really? Dang. Yeah, and corn syrup's bad. All sugar's bad for you. Corn syrup is especially bad because you can fit a lot more of it in the same volume as standard sugar. I love this guy. You just walk at him and he kills himself. What is Grimace? Right? Thank you. I don't know what it is. Oh, ingest. Yes. And speaking of things you can't ingest, milk. Well, milk, some people can. I can. My DNA can. But the vast majority of the world can't. But I'm 99% German. But yeah, the majority of the world can't ingest milk, or can't actually break it down. I have the lactase enzyme, because I'm a white motherfucker. So yeah, milk's a maybe for some people, but it's probably not the best thing to have. I mean, milk sugar is very much a thing, too. I drink it. I'm from Wisconsin, though. I couldn't live without milk. It'd be impossible. Where's Ronald McDonald nowadays? They retired him in 2018, I want to say. Like, he's no longer the official mascot, but he is still... have you guys heard of the YouTube channel Company Man? He does like historical perspectives on like fast food companies and retail chains and stuff like that. He did a video on like Ronald McDonald a couple years ago that was basically, oh right, I can't have him eat me if I don't have any gems. Shit. He did a thing on like how McDonald's like quietly retired Ronald McDonald a few years ago. Shit. No, I need you to eat me. America, get your poo together with health. Yeah, exactly. Fucking America. We are the worst. By a long shot when it comes to health. If you raise livestock or have a garden, Noah, you should take your own advice regarding vegetable oil. Me, I like an urban area, so I kind of suck. No, I don't raise my own livestock. I don't have a garden. Like I said, I'm mostly on a carnivore diet. Honestly, lately I've been eating vegetable oil-free ice cream and meat. That's kind of how I lost 100 pounds, was I just stopped eating carbs. I can't eat vegetables for the most part. I have major digestive issues if I eat vegetables. And I don't think they're necessary for a healthy diet. I think for some people they can be healthy. Not for me. But if you look at the actual nutrition of like animal products, especially meat, you can get everything you need from steak. Because you don't need as much. You don't need You don't need as many vitamins and minerals when you eat stuff, because a lot of the reasons you need, like, say, vitamin C as an antioxidant is because we have so many free radicals in our diet in the first place, and if you eat something that doesn't have free radicals, then you don't need the antioxidant effects of, like, something like vitamin C as much. And contrary to popular belief, meat does have vitamin C, it's just in a very small amount. Not saying everyone should switch to a carnivorous diet, but I'm saying for my genes and all that stuff, it fits. So that's what I like. There we go. Oh, crap. But yeah, I have thought about, I mean, I don't have the land for it, but I have thought about, you know, raising livestock maybe someday. If I ever get some land or something like that. But then, that's the thing, is, like, would I really need to? Because, like, I eat mostly meat, so, like, one cow would pretty much feed me for the entire year. God, this guy's kicking my ass. Ronald McDonald is busy running his charity. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I don't consume vegetable oil at all anymore, but like I said, it's really difficult, especially if you live in an urban area like you were saying, and you don't even know. Like, if you go to, like, a sit-down restaurant and you ask them, like, you know, what do you fry your stuff in? Like, they probably, like, you know, unless you're talking directly to the cook, they probably don't even know. Been warming up to veggies more lately, been making more salads. They still have meat, cheese, and ranch on them, though, but we sometimes need to start small. Yeah. Go figure. The big takeaway is everyone is different, as there is no singular magic diet that works for everyone. Maybe not cows, but it's pretty easy to raise your own chickens, so that could be something. Yeah, it could be. My neighbors actually raise chickens. So. I don't know if I eat enough eggs to raise chickens, though. I only eat like a dozen eggs a week. God. At least I can stand here. Okay, that's the secret. I just need to stand up against the edge of the screen. I still wonder who thought of drinking cow's milk in the first place, and were they a pervert? Probably. First person to drink cow's milk. What were they doing down there? Ah, nope, that is not the secret. I don't remember ever having so much trouble with this. It's probably just because I'm focused on, like, the nutrition stuff I'm talking about, which is kind of like a passion project of mine in the past couple of years, because I used to be so unhealthy. And I see so many, like, especially here in America, like, so many unhealthy people that think they're healthy because... Not saying this is you, Live Coil, I'm not calling you out on this, but I'm gonna die because I can't actually, like... Yeah. Shit. Well, I'm gonna give this another couple tries here, and then we might bounce to something else. I just need to focus up and stop talking about vegetable oil. That's the problem. Or doing whatever I just did there, where I took 2 hits. Dang. I bet I just need to stay on the lower level until he's about ready to do the sucky-sucky. What I was going to say was, like, I see so many people in American society that say, well, I'm healthy because I eat a lot of vegetables, but vegetables don't make you healthy. They can be a part of a healthy diet, but just by eating, like, foods that have, like, certain nutrients in them doesn't make you healthy, because it's all about context at the end of the day. If you're, you know, eating a lot of vegetables, but you're also having, like, a sugary, like, Starbucks latte every day, you're not a healthy person. And if you don't exercise regularly, you're not a healthy person. Just because you eat vegetables. Again, not calling you out specifically, Live Coil, just using that as an example. Ever heard of a YouTube channel called Dr. Mike? He might give you some decent advice on health. I have heard about Dr. Mike. I've watched a few of his videos. I want to say like he's got a lot of the same, like, thoughts that I do when it comes to, like, vegetable oil and stuff, but I might be thinking of a different YouTube doctor. Ah, crap. Can do the thing. Damn it. I always seem to jump to the wrong side. Well, at least I hit him a bunch that time. Yeah, I'm 60 kilos. Which is like, what, 140 pounds? 60 kilos isn't very much, right? I don't think it is. I think I'm 70 kilos, so maybe it's a little more than that. I don't know, I weigh 180 pounds, so... But I do kettlebell twice a week, so I'm starting to get pretty muscular, actually. Not to toot my own horn there. God damn it! I cannot concentrate on this boss. He keeps kicking my ass. I think the final boss is next, right? I don't think there's much after this. Just gonna stay over here. Not sure if I'm healthy or not. I eat a bunch of cucumbers every day and exercise regularly, but I also only eat oily foods, and I'm still on 69 kilograms. Yeah, again, I don't remember what kilograms are off the top of my head. Or how they translate to pounds. I'm American. I'm not used to using kilograms. Finally, Jesus. The funny thing is, we're talking about all this health stuff while playing a McDonald's game. No, no, please, I give up. Here, take this. It's part of a treasure map I found. Oh, let's see if it fits. Remember, muscle weighs more than fat. Last I checked, I weigh 215 pounds, but I'm almost 6 foot and have little fat on my arms and legs, if that means anything. Sounds like you're naturally muscular, or you work out a lot. Why, this isn't Earth, it's a moon! How are we ever to get there? Oh, right, there is the moon level. This is the last level, though. I used to be almost 270 pounds. And I was fat. It's also what my mom used to say. I'm also 6'2", so... Or I am 6'2". So I also used to wear really baggy clothes when I was fat, so people didn't think I was as fat as I was. And I also wore compression shirts, too. That was a secret of mine for the longest time. I wore compression shirts to, like, suck in my gut. So, like, I'd say, like, you know, I'm fat, and people are like, oh, you're not that fat. And I'm like, oh, you don't see what I see, guys. But then, like, you go back and, like, watch my current videos, and then, like, go back and watch, like, something I made, like, 5 years ago. Oh, man, I was fat. It's insane. But I was eating like crap all the time, so I had, like, Red Bull every day with sugar and freaking ice cream all the time. Although, I mean, I'm eating ice cream all the time now, but that's the only source of carbs I have, so I only have 50 carbs a day. Because the rest of my diet is meat and eggs and cheese. So, like, the little bit of sugar I get in the ice cream I eat, and I mostly eat the ice cream for extra calories and for the fat content, you know, it's not even the sugar. If sugar-free ice cream didn't, like, taste like horse shit, I'd eat that instead, because I don't need the sugar. I'd prefer not to have the sugar, or any carb source at all, but... But I mean, I'm trying to put on some muscle right now, and it's all about calories when you're doing that. And meat is so frickin' filling, I just can't eat enough meat to, like, put on muscle. Like, physically can't eat enough, so that's why I started eating ice cream every day. But with the exception of that, like, it's like all meat in my diet. That was actually, like, the impetus for me, like, getting into, like, all this health stuff and, like, ending up losing weight was because I was trying to go vegan well, maybe trying to go vegetarian. I don't think I ever would have gotten to a vegan point, but when I was, like, 260 pounds, or 270 almost, I was, you know, of the belief that you needed to, you know, that meat was bad for you, which it's not. I cannot land on this thing. The meat was bad for you. It was bad for the environment. Again, it's not. I mean, it has an impact on the environment, but so does everything else. So I was, like, trying to, like, wean myself. I can't... Okay, I can't hop up those things. So I was trying to, like, slowly decrease the amount of meat I had in my diet. And I got to a point where I was eating meat, like, once a week. And I was incredibly sick all the time. I had the worst, like, intestinal issues, digestion problems. My skin was starting to break out. And I gave myself kidney stones. So that was a thing, because I didn't know that most vegetables are high in oxalates. And I'm gonna die here again, Jesus. Most vegetables are high in oxalates, And if you eat a lot of oxalates, especially spinach and almonds, they build up in your kidneys and you have kidney stones. And I didn't know that. So after about 6 months of trying really hard to eliminate meat from my diet entirely and just getting sicker and sicker and fatter, I should say. I was also getting fatter. That was when I realized I need to try something else, and that's when I tried like doing like keto, and that eventually turned into carnivore. And yeah, I'm not saying it works for everybody, but it certainly works for me. Here, we're gonna cheese this. We're gonna jump down there and hit the balloons, and then I'll just be able to hop up like that. I think we're almost done with this game, right? Pretty close. You need to sculpt muscle from fat, and you gain fat by eating lots of calories. Ice cream is actually a relatively useful tool for this endeavor. That's where I got the idea, was like reading like bodybuilder forums. Not that I want to like get like bodybuilder big. I don't ever want to be that big, but yeah. I'm not sure how weight powder helps, though. Not an expert on the science by any means. I guess it's the protein that encourages muscle growth. Oh no, kidneys don't suck. Oh yeah, they sure do. Don't recommend it. Yeah, so if you eat a lot of vegetables, I'm not saying stop, but look into oxalates and make sure you're not eating you're eating the right vegetables. Spinach is like the worst thing you could possibly eat. Not full stop. I don't think spinach is healthy at all. I think it's like the biggest myth that is healthy. It is so incredibly full of oxalates. I know that in most nuts, pecans are all right. Pecans are really low in oxalates as far as nuts go. Almonds are really high, though. But yeah, and I was like working with when I was really fat like that too, and trying all this stuff and trying to get healthy and making myself less healthy, ironically. I was working with a nutritionist and a gastroenterologist and my family practitioner, a primary doctor. And I kept saying, like, you know, the more I do this, the worse I feel. And all three of them kept saying, it takes your body a while to adjust to it. And I'm like, okay. So then I did it for like 6 months. And, you know, they kept saying, like, it's going to take a while. And so I kept pushing through and I kept pushing through. And I just kept getting worse. I kept getting fatter and more tired, and, you know, nothing was working out. And so then I did the complete opposite, and I dropped all that stuff and started eating just meat. And like 2 weeks of just like eating nothing but meat, and my skin cleared up, and I lost 10 pounds, and I started gaining muscle, and I had more energy. And all this great stuff, and my digestion was fine. Found out fiber is a myth. You don't actually need that, and it actually makes things worse in a lot of cases. And after about a year of doing that, I dropped 100 pounds. And I'm by far the healthiest I have ever been in my entire life. So, I'm not saying distrust your doctor, but question everything your doctor says. This is the moral of the story. Well, just because you're fat doesn't mean you're unhealthy. How you look and how healthy you are is massively different, although it is important. I'm gonna have to disagree with that. I think if you're overweight, you're unhealthy. I know that's kind of a harsh opinion to take, and I don't want to, you know, fat shame anyone. And I definitely didn't want to hear that when I was fat. But I'm sorry, if you're overweight, you're unhealthy. That's the truth of the matter. That doesn't make you a bad person. It certainly doesn't make you lazy. It doesn't make you stupid. But you are unhealthy if you're overweight. And that's fine. If you're of the opinion that you're fine being that way and, you know, being unhealthy, that's fine. I can respect the hell out of that. I know plenty of people that, you know, they go, hey, I know my lifestyle is, you know, not good for me, but I'm going to keep doing it anyway. I respect the hell out of that. I'm not going to preach to those people because they get it. But, I mean, if you're, you know, one of those people that are, not saying this is you, Romello, again, not talking directly to anyone here, just as a generalization. Like, you know, if there's people out there that say, you know, I'm fat but I'm really healthy, I'm sorry, you're not. You know, you might be active, that's different, but you know, your body thinks you're unhealthy. You can't, if your body can't use any of that stored fat, something's wrong. I definitely did not want to hear that when I was overweight, because I thought I was pretty healthy back then, but it definitely wasn't. This game's longer than I remember. I don't remember this level. Oh yeah, too much of anything is bad. You can die from water. Too much water will kill you. Actually, it doesn't even take that much. Is there, like, nothing up here? Huh. Why would I come back this way? It doesn't seem like there's anything up here. Oh, crap. Oh, you know what? I bet I can drop down here. That's where I need to go. Yep. Let me go up here. Ah, I figured it out. Anyway, okay. Being overweight is generally unhealthy, but it's your body, your choice. Yeah, absolutely. Personally, I'm okay with my body, except my big gut. Oh, man, that thing bothered me so much. I mean, I still have a little bit of a pudge, but it's shrinking, thankfully. I don't think you need to be a, like, you know, carved like a statue, like a Greek statue or something to be healthy. I think if you got, like, a little bit of meat on your bones, that's fine. But, you know, if you're, you know, got a big gut, yeah, that's a problem, especially in your gut, because there's, especially in men, we have this thing called visceral fat, so it's fat that accumulates around our organs and puts pressure on them. That's the unhealthy part of being overweight. Not so much the fat itself, but what it, like, how it compresses your body and how it puts stress on your organs and your muscles and your bones. Great point, Tanisha. It depends on how big you define fat. The really big ones are definitely unhealthy. How big would you define fat, Romello? Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a good thing. I would say, like, you know, my definition of fat would be, like, a percentage. Like, if your body fat percentage is above, like, 16%, you're unhealthy. Which sounds low. Actually, but I kind of, you know, think humans are supposed to be pretty lean. But yeah, yeah, there you go, Matt. Yeah, I think the important thing about fat and health is visceral fat, and generally if there's an excess of subcutaneous fat, there's also an excess of visceral fat. Visceral fat tends to form first, and it's different in women. So one reason you can see overweight old women is because women don't accumulate visceral fat as much as men do. A lot of that has to do with, like, you know, having to, you know, have room in the abdomen for, you know, for pregnancy. So women, when they gain weight, most of it is subcutaneous fat, and you can be a lot healthier with a lot of subcutaneous fat. I will fully admit that. But you almost never see old fat men, and by old I mean like 80s, 90s old. You see a few women that are that age and can be pretty chunky, but it's very, very rare to see a man that age that's old, and it's because men gain visceral fat at a much faster rate than women do, which is probably why women tend to live longer. Actually, it has mostly to do with visceral fat than anything. And I mean, you see, like, any man that's lived over 100 years old, they're thin as a rail. Like, without exception. You know, think of, like, Christopher Lee, who played, you know, Dracula in the Hammer films, and Saruman in the Lord of the Rings films. Like, lived to he was 96 years old and was still acting in movies, like, you know, up to, like, a month before his death. And he was really tall, too, and usually tall people don't live that long. Skinny as fuck. And I think it all has to do with the visceral fat, like Matt was saying. It's weird how the last few levels in this game, like, the goal has been on the left-hand side of the screen. Oh, I missed your message there. Sorry, Fungi. But Noah, fat shaming is different. I think fat shaming is more so picking on someone because of their weight or outright outcast them. But nowadays, everyone takes everything as fat shaming. Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't think there's anything wrong with being fat. I was fat for a long freaking time. So that's why I feel more comfortable talking about it, because I feel like, you know, I've lived that experience. I know what it's like to, you know, not have the energy to get out of bed and exercise, because that's what it does when you're big like that. It's not that you're lazy. It's just you do not have the energy you need to exercise, and it is fundamentally about your diet. It doesn't really have much to do with how much you exercise. I exercise nowadays because I have the energy to exercise because I'm healthy. It didn't go the other way around. I didn't exercise to become healthy. I became healthy, and now I exercise. It's the complete opposite of what people think. So, yeah. Well, it doesn't truly matter. We ain't going to live forever, and we don't need to live to be 100, which is what all health companies constantly want us to be or believe. Living for years is just fine. And that's fine. I mean, again, I kind of disagree with that, because it's kind of a nihilistic attitude, and I kind of reject nihilism a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I can't argue with that. If somebody's comfortable with that lifestyle, I'm comfortable with, like, people that say, you know, I'm going to freaking, you know, go out and get shit-faced every single night to party, and they're not harming anyone but themselves. They're not drinking and driving. By all means, if that's what you're into, go for it. So I don't ever want to discredit somebody's lifestyle choices, but I'm also not going to, you know, not going to pretend that I agree with them either. I guess that's what it comes down to. I want people to respect my lifestyle choices, and in exchange, I respect theirs. I just want people to think things through. That's all it comes down to. If people think things through and they come to the conclusion that they're fine with, you know, doing something unhealthy that they know is unhealthy, but, you know, for whatever reason, they feel it's something that they enjoy, or they're fine with it, I'm fine with that. It's the, you know, taking things for granted and not thinking it through that I have a problem with. And that's what I feel like a lot of the, you know, the body positivity people out there are, that pretend like, you know, you can be overweight and be healthy, and it's just not true. Overweight in the sense of, you know, I guess overweight's a good term, really. Oh god, I forgot about this. Romello brings up a point too. You could always just get hit by a bus and render the years of suffering for the sake of healthiness completely irrelevant. So now we're getting into like philosophical views on the universe, which I don't really want to go into. My thought on that is the idea of suffering to get healthy doesn't make any sense to me, because I think if you analyze your situation when you're in an unhealthy state of being, like, you may not feel like you're suffering. I don't think you need to suffer to get healthy, is what it comes down to. I think if you feel like you're suffering, you're not doing it right. You're probably doing it the way you've been taught. But I suppose if your definition of suffering to get healthy is, you know, give up your favorite food, I can't argue with that. And I'm of the opinion that it's quality of life that matters, not quantity. You know, and that's the problem we have again here in America, is we don't have a health support system. We have a life support system. Or a healthcare system. We have a life support system. It's not about keeping people healthy, it's about keeping people alive. And I would much rather, like, you know, if somebody said, hey, you're gonna, you know, You're going to feel great, you're going to be happy, and you're going to be healthy, but you're only going to live to your 70. Or you could live to your 100, but you're going to be, you know, bedridden or not be able to walk very well or have diabetes or, you know, struggle with cancer on and off and just have to go through all this crap, but you're going to live till you're 100 years old. I would choose the 70 years of health any day. So I understand the mentality of we could, you know, get hit by a bus at any moment, but I feel like that's just an excuse to prevent you from living your best life and, you know, becoming a healthier person and increasing your quality of life. Because, you know, again, speaking from experience here, the reason I had like depression and anxiety all the time was because I was unhealthy. You know, I wouldn't want to go back to those years where I was like that. Even though at the time, yeah, I wouldn't say I was miserable, but now looking back, I absolutely was miserable. I just didn't know it. I was too, you know, enraptured by distraction to notice. And I feel bad for, I don't know, I feel bad for people that are in that state that I used to be in. And I guess that's kind of why I'm so opinionated on all this stuff. I don't know why he's taking my jewels, but I'm going to give him my jewels. Crunch. So these are the famous magic jewels. Nothing like crunching on Ronald's magic jewels there. You absolutely don't... oh, I missed some stuff there. I don't even like supermodel bone-thin women for... I don't think that's healthy either, by the way. There is a such thing as being too thin. For most of human history, some fat on women was considered very appealing, and I agree with that. Something to grab and all that. Nice. I think people need to choose what is right, not only for their physical health, but also for their mental health and happiness. If it makes you miserable to be healthy, then why even bother? Again, I can't argue with that. You absolutely don't need to suffer to be healthy, but some people think they need to. Yeah. I disagree on one thing, though, Noah. Exercise is more important than diet. Both matter, of course, but exercise relieves stress and releases dopamine, so you feel the good effects of your diet more. I think we're going to have to agree to disagree on that one. I think diet is about 95% of the problem, and exercise is... I'm not saying exercise doesn't have its benefits. Absolutely. Exercise is amazing. It's a 5 times fold increase in quality of life when you exercise. Absolutely releases dopamine, stuff like that. But in terms of getting healthy, diet is everything. That's my opinion, based on years of research and self-experimentation. Oh, it's the Fry Kids. Well, and then there's also this other thing. Exercise can be detrimental to people that aren't healthy. And I got a perfect example of this. When I was in high school or middle school, I think it was high school, we had this girl in our class. I'm not going to say her name, obviously. She was overweight, but she was one of the hardest working people I have ever met. Her entire family was super fat. I mean, like, her dad was like 500 pounds fat. Her mom was like 450, 500 pounds fat. And her brother and her other siblings were also insanely fat. And she was just like average fat. Like, she was like half the weight of like everybody in her family, but she was still overweight. But every time it came to gym class, you know, she would get made fun of because, you know, she was overweight and she was struggling and like gym class and stuff like that. So lo and behold, it's mile run day, because that's the thing we do in the United States, where you have to run a mile in gym class. And you know, I don't know if they still do that. They probably don't do that anymore because it's like considered cruel, but or whatever. But it would always, every time we ran the mile, it would always take her like 16 minutes, 20 minutes to run the mile. And it wasn't that she was lazy. She was busting her ass. It's just her body physically was not healthy enough to run the mile any faster. Well, one day before the mile run, I want to say this was either 8th grade or freshman year, the gym teacher said to her, if you don't get a sub 13-minute mile run, I'm going to fail you for the class. Now here's the other thing about this girl. She was a straight A student. Like from elementary school all the way through high school. She was the straight A student. She was going to get into the best college. She had this determination that I have never seen. I didn't like her very much because she was one of those really intense, like, I'm super better than you because I bust my ass sort of people. But she had every right to be because she was determined. So lo and behold, she gave it her fucking all on the mile run that day. And you know what happened? She passed out, and everybody thought she died. The ambulance came, she had a weak pulse, and she did almost die. Turns out, her heart shut down briefly. She had a mild heart attack, and she actually had like a separation. She was breathing so hard and so fast that the cartilage between her both sides of her rib cage actually split, and she had to have like emergency surgery. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying, that exercise could be dangerous for some people. She was not healthy enough to be running a mile, is what I was getting at, because she shouldn't have been out there. She shouldn't have been running the mile ever. She just wasn't healthy enough for that. And I know you could say, like, there's lighter exercises. Absolutely there is. But if your health isn't in order, exercise isn't going to do you any good. That's my point for that, I guess I would say. So we'll have to disagree with that. I think exercise is great, but it's not the answer to getting healthy. It's something you do once you're healthy to get healthier, if that makes sense. This is the final boss, so I got so distracted on that. So yeah. As the movie WALL-E said, I don't want to survive, I want to live. Wait, what did I bring up? Probably randomly. I need to rewatch WALL-E. I haven't seen that in years, so yeah. Well, that's an extreme antidote. Yeah, it absolutely is. I agree. When I say exercise, I don't mean going that intense when you're unhealthy right off the bat. Of course not. Yes, we must start small. Yeah, I was just using that as an example to basically say, you know, the diet comes first. Exercise is the cherry on top. Is, you know, a long way of putting that. I guess a more succinct way to put it would be, if your diet isn't in order, exercise isn't going to do anything for you. I don't believe that. I think it's all about diet. But you should exercise. Absolutely. It's very good for you. Now maybe I can pay attention and beat this boss now. Shit, get up there. It's kind of a weird boss. Oh, get up there. There we go. Oh, I took the wrong door. Damn. Oh, you took that door. I want to take this door. Hopefully he doesn't do that. Oh, how I can't get sucked. I can't get the suck while I'm up there. Oh yeah. Catch up with the thing here. Well, it's to be fat and healthy, but just have good balance of both. But don't forget to do things that make you happy, like eating junk food. Just don't do it very often. That's really good advice too. Yeah, I agree. And I still cheat now and then. I go out for sushi once a year. I don't think carbs are good for you on a personal level, but I still go out for sushi on my birthday because I fucking love sushi. It's so good. I mean, as far as quote-unquote foods I shouldn't personally be eating, that's still pretty well within the realm of health, but yeah. Exercise always has to be executed in small steps. I agree. Man, if you mess up that door thing, like he just like casually walks into you and you get your ass kicked. Ah. Alright, I'm gonna focus up here and see if I can beat this boss, and then we'll come back to our health discussion to finish out the, the stream. I forgot to feed the gremlin. Here's a question for you Gremlins fans out there. Isn't it always after midnight? Like, what constitutes the cutoff point for when I can feed my little gizmo dude? Crap. Oh, why did I take that door? That was a stupid door to take. Sushi is utter heaven. Oh, I know, it's so good. I love it. Alright, I think I finally got a flow for this. I feel so much better when I go outside. Yes, same. Especially now, like, I like winter, personally, but, hey, there we go. We beat the game. Woo! I like winter, personally, but it is starting to feel like spring out there, which is pretty nice, I gotta say. Good God, I see that as a good example of what I was talking about, too, of people thinking they need to suffer to be healthy. Some people go that hard because they think they need to be healthy. Yeah! Yeah, that is a real... You know, I hadn't thought of it like that, like you were putting it, with suffer to be healthy, but yeah. Well, and we teach people... That's another reason I'm diet first when it comes to health, is because I feel like there's this very real thing that if you're metabolically unhealthy, like, you know, you're overweight, you're running on carbs for fuel, and your body can't actually utilize the fat stores that it has. There's also this thing called glycogen, glycogen. You have your glycogen reserves in your body, and that experience of like hitting a wall when you're exercise, that's when you've depleted your glycogen. And there's a window of about 10-15 minutes from the moment your glycogen is depleted to the moment that your body starts producing ketones, which is how your body uses fat for fuel. And that 10 to 15 minute window is hell. You feel like garbage. That's why, you know, people like say, like, you know, you gotta eat a whole bunch of carbs and stuff, like while you're exercising, so that doesn't happen. The idea is like you're keeping your glycogen reserve stock. That's one way of doing it, but you're not burning fat when you're doing that. You're only burning the sugar you're bringing in, the glucose that you're bringing in, so you never actually get to a point where your body starts burning your fat. I exercise fasted all the time. I don't actually exercise until about 11 o'clock in the morning, and then I eat lunch immediately afterwards, and that's my one meal for the day. And I never hit a wall. I mean, I get like exhausted while exercising, and I feel the burn like a motherfucker, but I never hit that wall where I feel like I'm gonna pass out or throw up like I used to when I had a carb heavy diet. And there's also a thing like if you're overweight, and I can definitely attest to this, exercise hurts. It's not supposed to hurt. Like if you're in good shape, exercise feels pretty good. Like you're definitely feeling like the burn, they say, but it's a good kind of burn. It's a satisfying, like accomplishing feeling. It's not physically painful like when you try to exercise when you're brain fart, when you're unhealthy and you're overweight. And I could attest to that, because like I love running now. I never thought I'd love running, but it's because, you know, I was unhealthy anytime I tried to run, and it was the most miserable experience ever. So yeah, thinking on it, I fully understand that that suffering to be healthy thing, because I thought that's what you had to do. But I don't know. I don't think it really takes that much. We just educate people very poorly on what we need to do to like get healthy. And it really comes down to limit your carb intake. And I would say get rid of vegetable oils, but that's hard to do. I would say, yeah, low carb, like under 50 carbs a day. Like, I know that's not the popular way to do it because we, especially here in the United States, we say, you know, eat carbs because they're really healthy and saturated fats and meat are bad for you, but they're not. So yeah, low carb. It works. I can attest to it. And you start feeling good, and then you start exercising, and then you're like, oh, hey, this actually is kind of fun. And I feel good when I do it. All right, what did I miss here? I have to confess that I don't exercise much, but I changed one aspect of my life which helped me. I go outside almost every single day, and it does wonders. Yes, I feel much better when I go outside. Yeah, sunlight and fresh air. Oh, it's amazing. That's like the best thing I could say. Like if you're looking to lose weight and get healthy, change your diet and go for a walk every day. Like don't worry about weightlifting. Don't worry about going for a run. Don't do any of that stuff until you're in much better shape. Just a 15, 20-minute walk a day. You know, it doesn't even need to be a brisk walk, and, you know, cut out as many carbs as you possibly can, and I promise you, you will feel, after like a month, you will start noticing immense changes in your mood and, you know, your body composition and everything, and then I don't think that's suffering, but I suppose if, like, you know, you really loved baked goods and you can't imagine living without baked goods or sugar, stuff like that, I suppose you could say that's suffering for being healthy, but yeah. Some called me Johnny is fat, but not overweight. He is decently fine. Brooklyn 99 is over, but not that much. I haven't watched a Some Call Me Johnny video in years. We beat McDonald's. Wow. We were at that a lot longer than I thought I was. The stream's almost over. Dang. We're going to play Crash 2. Fungi, we're going to start with Crash 2 next time. I'm going to make sure of that. So, sorry we didn't get to that today. We got into the weeds a bit with the health food talk and, you know, the McDonald's stuff. But, hey, that's what happens. I feel bad about the girl you mentioned. Did she survive? Oh, yeah, she's fine. I mean, I haven't talked to her since we graduated, which was 15 years ago, so I'm assuming she's fine, but yeah. Yeah, she was fine. After, you know, hindsight's 2020, after that happened, the school implemented a policy that with parental permission, kids can get out of the mile run. And I would not be surprised if they stopped making the mile run mandatory, sort of thing. But yeah. We do have 10 minutes for Crash 2. Let's do Crash 2 for a couple minutes, and then we'll pick it back up next week. We'll switch back on over here. We could play like 10, 15 minutes of Crash. I don't mind going a little long today. Since I basically offloaded like years of opinions on you guys about health and stuff, I suppose the least I could do is stick around a little longer. By the way, thank you all for putting up with me. I know that I have a far different outlook on life than a lot of people do, and I'm probably not the easiest person to agree with in a lot of situations, so I greatly appreciate the ability to have civil disagreements and have amazing conversations with you guys. Like, seriously, that's my favorite part of this whole streaming thing is, you know, these discussions we have. Crash 2, Cortex Strikes Back. Is it weird that the time we talk about health is when you're talking about a Maka's game? Yeah, maybe not weird, but I guess, you know. Off topic, but that's fine, Matt. I've had my fill of talking about health stuff. Off topic, but is there a way to clear the fog in the consecrated snow field? I don't think there is. I never not that I know of. I figured it out. Oh, there is? Oh, there is a way. Oh, okay. I never figured it out in my first playthrough, and it's really becoming a bother. Oh, is there a way? Yeah, I have no idea. I just assumed it sucked. So ironic, this McDonald's stream with a heavy discussion about diet and healthy food, yeah. Running kind of sucks in general when you're asthmatic, but yeah, that's true. But I'm sure it wouldn't be that bad if I didn't feel like I couldn't breathe and my lungs were on fire every time I ran. Yep, that's true. New game. Now you can all watch me suck at Crash, because I always sucked at Crash. Moonlight is just sunlight reflected off of it. Yep. Yeah, but water is everywhere, even in the air, so why isn't the gremlin constantly multiplying? Also, sunlight bounces, so why can't they just die from that and moonlight as well? That's a good point. I hadn't thought about that with gremlins. The lore around gremlins is a little off, ain't it?
But Dr. Cortex, to reach full power, we need not only your
I would say eating less helps. Eating less helps because I don't understand how people can afford to be fat. I'm still struggling to gain weight. Try living in America. It's completely backwards here in America. It costs money to eat less, if that makes sense, because we have such calorie-rich foods. First of all, there's 2 points here. We're back on the health stuff. I'm sorry. Point number 1 is calories don't actually matter. What matters is your how your hormones are actually, reacting. If you're eating fewer calories, your body just adjusts. So then that's your new set point. So like say you start out eating 2,000 calories a day and you're a little overweight and you want to lose stuff. So you reduce that by 100 calories. So then you eat 1,900 calories a day, and for a couple weeks you might start losing some weight. But then your body adjusts and you stop losing weight, but your energy levels are also lower. So then in order to lose more weight, you have to lower the amount of calories you eat again. So then you go down to 1,800, and then you lose a little bit of weight. But then after a while, you stop losing weight, and you got to reduce your calories again. So then you're constantly hungry and starving. With keto and carnivore, where you're, running off of ketones and not carbohydrates, it's the opposite. I eat around between 2,500 and 3,000 calories a day, which is far more calories than I used to eat when I was eating like fast food all the time. And I'm still losing weight. And, I have plenty of energy and stuff like that. Because what happens is when you're eating, you're not loading yourself up with sugar and you're actually utilizing your body's fat reserves, your hormones and your hormones get adjusted so you can actually utilize the calories you're taking in.
I apologize for the crude means.
I apologize for the stuff and the things.
A written invitation would have been turned down. I need your help. Surrounding
I just I just had an observation that Crash scratched his head, and then I scratched my head, and then he scratched his head again. So. Bro, you showed Gex. Boy, we gotta play. Oh God, I don't want to play Gex. I hate Gex. Unironically, cutting out baked goods would make me sad enough that I would consider it some level of suffering. That's fair. Oh, the McDiet and McExercise talk was amazing. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I mean, yeah, I'm here for the philosophical debate, too. Good. Certainly ain't my elite gameplay skills that you're all here for. They are competent at best while streaming. I'm not gonna bother, like, getting all the stuff. All the Wumpa fruit, he says as he keeps grabbing or hitting the box. Childhood game right there. This was my Mario 64, you think. Nice. I played this for the first time probably 3 or 4 years ago. I don't think I ended up beating it. I got pretty close to the end, but I don't think I ended up beating it. And I've never played the third Crash game. Oh, fun fact. Did you guys know that Naughty Dog, during development of the original Crash Bandicoot, referred to it as a Sonic's ass game? Because they didn't have a term for a 3D platformer yet, so they came up with the name Sonic's ass to describe the genre that they were making. Because if Sonic were in 3D, to quote one of the Naughty Dog developers, they said, because if Sonic were in 3D, you'd be looking at his ass the whole time. So, before the term 3D platformer existed, the term Sonic's ass game existed, which I find so funny. That's probably my favorite factoid about Crash Bandicoot, is it's a Sonic's ass game. You don't want to play Gex, the coolest video game protagonist to exist, America's favorite character? No. Gex existed solely because somebody asked, how can we make a character more annoying than Bubsy? I will take that to my grave. Gex is way worse than Bubsy. The mushroom. No, I knew that because of a dropout game show called Actually, which is about correcting statements about nerd culture. Really? That's funny. Actually, it's a Sonic's ass game, not 3D platformer. Get it right. Perhaps in my videos I should just start referring to it as the 3D platformer genre as a Sonic's ass game and not explain myself. See what comes of that. Get the fuck up there, Crash. Get the fuck up there. Thank you. That makes me want to play Crash 2 again. Nice. Boing. Ba-ding. Ooh, what's the crystal do? I forgot. These graphics hold up so well. Like, this game's gorgeous. Like, just... I don't know. I've really come to, like... I didn't appreciate so much back in the day, but I've really come to, like, the PlayStation look. Oh, I didn't get enough boxes. No. That's okay. Off topic, have a retail job interview. What should I wear? They said no formal wear. Like they said specifically no formal wear for the interview or no formal wear at the job, because those are two different things.
Well done, Crash.
I would say something with a collar, like a polo shirt or something like that. Business casual is usually the best way to go in that situation, I would say. Yep, Live Coil beat me to it. Business casual. Recommend polo shirt and black jeans. Damn! Took the words right out of my brain, my dude. Yeah, unless it's a manager position, then suit. Then it's a blazer. But if it's just, you know, low-level retail job, business casual, can't go wrong, business casual. Snow Go! Crash 2 looks better than Mario 64 or other 3D games from that era. It's truly art. It does hold up really well. A lot of that has to do with the fixed camera, I think. Because the reason like PS1 games were so wiggly is because the system didn't have that perspective correctness feature that the N64 had. So like you had a lot of mismatches and texture warping and stuff like that. But Crash Bandicoot doesn't really have that problem because the camera's fixed. So that goes a long way. And also just the use of color and the designs that they used, and oh shit. Well, and the level design allows them to have a lot more detailed environments too, because they don't have to worry about rendering objects off in the distance like other 3D games did. So yeah, I would say this definitely looks better than Super Mario 64. This game holds up. This is probably the best of the original trilogy, right? Oh, damn it. Never mind. Fuck this game. Jeez. I'm a big fan of chinos. Nice button down and a good sport coat. Fuck ties. I don't know what chinos are. I've never heard that term before. Apparently it's a nice button down. Can't go wrong with a polo, though. And good call on the black jeans, too. Or black pants. Khakis would, depending on where you're going, khakis would probably be fine, too, for, like, a business casual thing. Oh, God. This thing is a thing. Oh, God. This sucks. How do you control this fucking thing? Oh, you gotta press forward. Okay, I understand now. Oh, there we go. Yes, this is the best of the trilogy. Nice. You see, there's a problem. Got no polo shirt, and I ain't buying any more shirts. Got no money. Then you should pick out your fanciest shirt you own and go with that. Wee. Bonus. TNT. Chinos are a type of dress pants that are actually comfortable. Ah. That's why I like black jeans for like dress, because they look nice. They don't look like jeans, and they're comfy, so. Ba-ding. No vehicle levels, not hard like Crash 1, just fair, and also with challenging secrets to find. I love this game. Nice. My flannel jacket has a hoodie. That might be a deal breaker for some job interviewers, having a hoodie on here. I mean, even if you're not wearing it. Flannel, too. I don't know, but you're in Australia. It might be different there, but in America, if you were to show up in a flannel shirt for a job interview that wasn't like for like being a lumberjack or a farmer, it'd be a lot harder to have them take you seriously, I think. Which is unfortunate, you know. But what I learned, you know, working at Best Buy back in the day, is that dressing nice for a job interview has nothing to do with them judging you. It has everything to do with them trying to determine how serious you are about the job. And having, you know, been in a manager position and having to interview people before, I can definitely attest to that. You know, it's not that you're judging people that are not wearing nice clothes. It's that if you see somebody that shows up in nice clothes, you're more likely to take them serious because you know that they put some thought into their job interview. Crap, I got eaten by a plant. So yeah, just wear the nicest clothes you got. Not that that's going to be like a deal breaker. I mean, freaking all the job interviews I've gotten the job, but it was before I knew any better, and I just wore freaking casual street clothes, and you know, I didn't put any thought into the interviews. It was all about the interview itself, so it's not going to be like a deal breaker if you show up wearing like, I don't like this. I was waiting for him to attack, but he never did. But it certainly helps. Boing. Shit. Okay, I lie. You get a wave board at that level and 3 jetpack levels that are mid, but otherwise everything else is is chef kiss. Nice. Buttoned up flannel tucked into your pants isn't that bad for an interview, but don't go unbuttoned. That's true. Australia values different things. The ones on top of the social pyramid isn't the ones in the business suit. It's tradies. Tradies? Tradies. What are you saying, Noah? This is Wisconsin. Flannel should be accepted for any position. You think it would be, but it's... Yeah, no. I mean, it always depends on who's interviewing you. You could luck out and have somebody that just does not give a shit about anything. And they're just like, yeah, whatever. You just need to fog the mirror, as my dad says. Which is, you hold a mirror up to somebody's nose, and if it, you know, creates fog on the mirror, they're good to go. You have fogged the mirror. You are, congratulations, you're hired. Some of the employees we had at Best Buy, I believe that their only qualification was they could fog the mirror. There were some winners there. Use the slide. Oh yeah, I forget I have that. Jumping and spinning works too, apparently. Flannel should be universal. It's comfortable and stylish. I agree. I love flannel. Doop, boop, 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 doop. Birds. Ow. I think the only thing wrong with this game is how similar it is to the first game. It's... If you were to show me a screenshot of this and a screenshot of the first game, I would not be able to tell them apart. Unlike, like if you were to do that with Spyro, I would be able to do that, just because the game, they evolved the game so much. But you know, I feel like they. But then again, like Crash Bandicoot, the original, was like one of the original 3D platformers, so I love that texture on those columns there. That is so cool. Crash Bandicoot, the original, was one of the original 3D platformers, so it kind of makes sense that it would be rough around the edges and stuff, and that this game would kind of be the, I don't know, it's like they wanted to, you know, take what they learned from the first game and try again rather than reinvent the wheel, so. Ooh, branching path. I think I'll take this way. You ever wear flannel in some of your... Oh, you even wear flannel in some of your old Vins. Got that 90s grunge aesthetic. Nice. Remember how to do the slide? Yeah, it's this button. Yeah, I remember how to do it. I don't know, it doesn't feel right. I suppose for these guys, I could probably use it, but... Hasn't really felt like a necessary thing to do yet? If that makes sense? I know you guys love it when there's a central mechanic that I'm not using. I forget what it was. Romello was talking about something in one other stream. Oh, it was the run in Clockwork Knight. Like, I didn't feel it running. I fully thought this was Crash 1 until you just said that. Lol. My point, exactly. They put more effort into the animation in Crash 2, which I love. Yeah, I'll take your word for it. I don't really notice a difference, to be honest. But I haven't played the Crash games all that much, so. Boop, boop, a doop, boop. By the way, I just started playing Demon Turf last night. God, I love that game. That is a really, really good game. Oh God, auto-scrolling level. Oh wait, no it's not. Now we get the crawl. Was there a slide in the original Crash Bandicoot? I don't remember there being one in there. Boop, boop, a doop, a doop. I always do the slide jump or slide spin attack. Perhaps she'll have to try that. Boing. Oh, is that a checkpoint box? I mean, I refuse to use mechanics in FromSoft games that require free hand, parrying, blocking, etc. because that hand could instead be used to two-hand and deal more damage. Fair point. If you put them side by side, you would notice how slow Crash's jumping animation is in the first game. Nice. Yeah, we talked about Demon Turf last time. I guess I've played a lot of 3D platformer. I guess if you played a lot of 3D platformers, it stands out. But if you've only played the core classics like me, it feels a little weird and off. Yeah, I will admit for like the first 10 minutes, it took some getting used to for me, but I don't know, it feels pretty good to me. Doesn't have quite that same buttery smoothness that like A Hat in Time for Super Mario Odyssey has, not by a long shot, but I think a lot of that is the 2D artwork and a 3D environment aesthetic they're going for. That gets a little fucky. I'm used to it after like, you know, half hour of playing it, but I don't know, it felt pretty good to me. But then again, I have played a shit ton of 3D platformers, so that could be could make all the difference there. All right, I'm gonna play one more level before I bounce here. Crash Dash. And how bouncy he is in the second game. Ah, I see. Oh shit, it's one of these. Oh shit! All those Sonic levels that feature running from something, wish they were as good as Crash Bandicoot's running from something levels. I always hated those in like Sonic Adventure, like running from the truck at the end of City Escape, or or running from what is it, like an avalanche in Sonic Adventure 1? Is that what it is? Maybe quit hitting those things that slow you down, dingus? What I've learned from Minecraft is that making something low poly with low res doesn't always make it charming, because Minecraft is ugly. Funny that even lower res texture pack make it look better. I don't know if I'd call Minecraft ugly, but I don't know. I think it's got a pretty unique look to it. I kind of feel like it's gotten uglier though as time goes on, as you know, Microsoft adds more and more crap to it. Because like some of the stuff they add, like some of the creatures they've added, like really seem to clash with like the old aesthetic. Like, you know, Minecraft prior to Microsoft, but god damn it, quit hitting that. Minecraft prior to Microsoft buying it is objectively the best Minecraft. So when it was just out of beta, or maybe it was still in beta, I don't even remember, to be honest. It's been so long now. But yeah, I don't know, some of the stuff they've added, it definitely clashes a lot more. But I kind of liked how it looked back in the day. It was... Then again, it also came out in, you know, the era of gray and brown military FPSs, so certainly a breath of fresh air at the time. Boing. Oops, I squished. I don't really like Minecraft either. Don't find it interesting to play, nor the aesthetic charming. I like low-res I think low-res graphics work better in 2D games. Yeah, I don't know. I've seen some pretty good 3D games that have a nice low-res aesthetic. Froggun's a good example. I think Froggun's beautiful, and that's got like a really nice low-poly look and nice sharp pixels on the edges of everything. Oh shit! Damn it! I suck at this level. Minecraft 1.12.2 is the perfect version. Oh, a big asterisk here for playing with mods. Yeah, I kind of just wish that, well, obviously I wish that Microsoft never would have bought Minecraft, but it never would have been as popular as it is without Microsoft, even though it was already insanely popular. Oh, God. I did it. I have put more time into Minecraft than probably any other game. I've put a lot of time into Minecraft, but I haven't really played it for years now. But when it was in alpha and beta, I played Minecraft fucking constantly.
3 crystals. Not bad.
I thought he said Merry Christmas at first, but then my brain registered something crystals.
I will communicate with you again after you retrieve the 5th crystal.
Environmental Station A and Gato Robo come to mind. I don't know either of those. I gotta write those down. Environmental Station A and Gato Robo. Station A. Microsoft fully ruined Minecraft. It's not the same game anymore, and it's truly terrible as it is now. Yeah. Yeah, forgot to message. Well, they are specialists in adventure games, but if you look for something more interactive, Crash always has you covered. Nice. Oh, also you got a mechanic that lets you jump higher in one place, crouch, and then jumping at the same time, I believe. Oh, and Crash 2 versus Crash 1. I got back into it recently with friends. I've been playing a lot to waste time and put too much time into it. Nice. Those are Metroidvanias with low res. Ah, charming pixel graph. Oh, they're 2D. Okay. Yes. I'm less interested in them now. I thought you were putting out 3D low res ones. You were running your server for 6 years, Matt? Dang. I didn't know it's been that long. It doesn't seem like that long. Jeez. All right, everybody. Well, I hit the wall. I'm tired now. Thank you for joining me for this wonderful retro game hopping afternoon. We shall do it again next week. One of these weeks we'll do the licensed game roulette thing that we've been talking about, but I got an idea for that. I want to make a roulette wheel, and I just haven't had the time to do it yet. So, so yeah. Thank you all for joining me once again and for listening to me ramble about stuff that isn't video game related and all that stuff. So I'll see you all next week. Okay, bye. I hit the wrong button. Goodbye!